All right, welcome back to the BSL, everybody. It's good to see you all again. I can't see you all, but I trust that you're out there and that Zero doesn't have like 200 robots just watching the stream. It's good to have BSL back with season 9 again. It's good to have Nyokin back again. How you doing?
Always fun to be back with BSL. Looking forward to today's groups. Terran group and Russian group.
Yeah,
earlier.
We've basically got the Terran group. I figured out a way to make every group the group of death. You just have to find some commonality, and then you just put of death at the end. So the first group, we've got a lot of Terran players, some of the best Terran players. And in the second group, I don't know, if we had substituted like SPX in from group F all the way, I think he's in group F, all the way here into group D, then it would have been like an all Russian group. And somewhere the mastermind Russ Brain behind the scenes is about to make a small wager. But anyway, it's great to have so many good players in BSL this season. It's great to have so many good people in BSL or watching BSL this season. So big thanks to all of you guys who tuned in yesterday. We had like 600 viewers, crazy. So tell your friends to watch, spread the word. That means make a Twitter account or post on your personal Facebook so that all your friends can know you watch BSL.
Or you can be like me and tweet and then retweet your own tweet.
Don't do that, guys.
Do that.
Take no lessons from Nyokin on social media. Pretty sure it still says you're on Team EG on your Twitter account.
It says former.
Oh, okay. All right. We changed that one. I'm going to put... Nah, I was never on EG, but not cool like Nyokin. We can take a look. Sorry, I realize I'm doing that right into the microphone. I'm just trying to be emphatic because I'm excited, guys. Let's take a look at today's groups. On day 1, we finished groups A and B of the round of 24. We qualified 4 players on to the next round of 16. Today's group, we'll start with group C, and we'll have Madino, or just Mad, Cryok, Terror, and Avilov, who we decided to throw in there with 3 Terran monsters. And in Group D, we've got DeWalt, Lancer X, Babo, and Casper. Somehow Babo got in there. So I'd like to blame Zero's wife for making a small mistake. It was supposed to be all Russian players, but no, it was great. That's the little bit of flavor we added so that we can prove that it's fair and definitely not made up.
Yeah, and these groups are really good. I like the first group, even though it's all Terran, and nobody likes Terran versus Terran apparently. But we've got Avilov thrown in there, and I'm thinking back to last season in BSL. Didn't he eliminate Dandy?
Yeah.
I think he was the one that eliminated Dandy.
It was really surprising. I did not see that coming.
Yeah, with the Mass Ling, Mass Ultra, I just remember crossing fields. It's like we looked over to his net, and there's like 12 Ultras sitting there.
Oh, yeah, that was the Bob Malcolm moment.
Oh, yeah, that was Bob Malcolm.
Yeah.
So now we've got Bob Malcolm's second hope, Terror, here. See if he can overcome Avilov. Maybe. Dandy couldn't do it last season, but Terror is looking very strong. And Cuppy got second, right? So he's been doing very well recently. And then we also have other Terran players, Medino, and who's the third one? Oh, Cryok. Cryok, who's always done very well in tournaments, and he's a teammate of Eon Zerg. So you know his Terran versus Zerg is very good.
Yeah, I think for Mad might be a slight underdog here. Obviously, Dandy I think would come into this as the favorite, but look, he's got the Dandy killer in the group, or it was Terror. Yeah, Terror. So I don't know. I think this group is maybe easier to predict than Group B, which was a big surprise, I know, to me to see Dragon make it out so quickly. And just a reminder on the format, it's 3 best-of-1s and then 2 best-of-3s. So if you win your first match and your second match, you're gone. You're advanced. You know, it's a little bit easier to advance out in first place if you're just super good, or if you've like really, really planned that out. But if you don't advance out in first place, advancing out in second is really hard.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to run the gauntlet and play 3 games as your final match. So I'm ready for our matches if we're ready to go, because we've got Terror versus Medino first.
Yeah, so that's gonna be our first match. The map is going to be on match point for game number 1. And it's Cryok versus Mad first.
That's correct.
Okay. We've never looked at the bracket before, so. Anyways, it's Cryok versus Mad first. Actually, let me turn this down a little bit. All right, so I think we're good to go. If you guys are ready, I'm ready. Let's get into the first game of the day. The map is, like I said, match point, and this is Cryok versus Mad. Okay. For some reason, we don't have game audio. So let's see if we can maybe turn that on. In the meantime, I'm just going to introduce our players. In the bottom left-hand corner, in the orange. Sorry, I'm making Zero do like 25 things at the same time. The bottom left on an orange, with the first Bacardi on its way. This is Mad from Norway. Norge.
And in the top right, we have the red Terran representing Germany. It is Kryok. So I don't know if you saw the MMR for Medino right when we loaded in, but it said 2400.
Whoa!
So Medino has either upped his skill or something's going on, because 2400 is really damn high. He was ranked number 7 in the overall rankings.
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's a really high ladder rating. So I am not familiar with either of these players, really. I don't think I've hit Medino more than like 3 times on the ladder. I'm not even sure I've hit Kryok ever on the ladder. I know he's a specialist in Terran versus Zerg, but TBT, not too sure what to expect. I do know Medino off races or plays random often, because I've hit him Terran versus Protoss. So I'm also not too sure about his Terran versus Terran.
I mean, one thing at least that I know about Kryok is that while TVZ is his worst race, or his best matchup, he does lose to Mad. I think he lost to Mad at Corrupted Cup for a second, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm misremembering that, but I know that Kryok definitely has his moments of excellence, and Mad does diversify, so he does play a lot of other matchups. So I don't know necessarily what to expect. I would consider these guys maybe pretty even coming into this. But if we take a look at the build orders, this is mirror builds, right?
Yeah, mirrored builds. We've got a somewhat hidden barracks for Kryok, so it's a little bit sneaky, especially on a match like Match Point, or a map like Match Point, where a lot of players do end up proxying. So when Medino comes in here and scouts and he doesn't see the racks, he may overbuild a couple Marines at first, which would give Kryok a pretty good lead. But overall, build's identical. We've got 12 gas from both sides. We're gonna have to wait and see who's gonna be the one to build Marine before the factory. Okay, there's the depot. Is Medino gonna go for the factory first or Marine? Okay, both players went factory before Marine, and this is exactly what you want to do. You want to get out your factory as fast as possible. It allows for a few seconds. Both players have pulled off of gas, so we're not going to have any Artosis style 2-fact, no Koget style one base 2 port Wraith. It is just going to be standard. Oh, we might get an SCV here.
Oh, I think not. Every time that happens, I'm just like, well,
it's not safe.
Oh my God, is he really going to kill that? Actually, no, it's got three more hits left on it. Okay, he's just going to put it in gas marine. All right, never mind. The only possible exciting thing that could have happened in the early game TVT is not going to happen, so never mind.
Well, look at this. Medino on the other side of the map. Okay, now he sees the Marines. I thought he was building a couple extra because he couldn't find the barracks. But now Kryok has shown the Marines this SCV is going to go down. I don't see where Kryok's SCV actually is. I'm looking at our worker count. Medino's actually down 2 workers right now, maybe just 1 in a second, but there's the command center for Kryok. Vulture opener from him. Standard opener these days is 1 Vulture add-on, go mines. That's pretty much the de facto build. Basically mirrored build so far. We're just gonna have to wait and see, is anybody gonna build 2 or 3 Vultures before the add-on?
Yeah, this is really surprising that it's so identical up until now, but you can't take a break here, because if you don't read your opponent correctly, they show up with like an extra Vulture, and all of a sudden everything starts going to hell in a handbasket. So,
ooh, first shot off from Medino, and he is building a second Vulture. So actually, Kryok is in trouble, especially if these Marines get here in time.
Yeah. Oh, wait, what? Oh my God.
I thought Medino had the advantage there, but he lost his first Vulture. He doesn't know if a second Vulture is coming. Tank coming out for Kryok. So actually, this was a bit of an opportunity for Medino to send his second Vulture and try and get some damage done. But it doesn't look like he's going to send it. He's just going to keep it back in his base. Meanwhile, command center is almost done for both players. Factory is a bit farther along for Medino. He has also... did he also go for tank? No, he's also getting mines. So he's the one that's going to play more normalish. We're going to have to wait and see how many Vultures he actually wants to build before start building tanks, because Kryok is going to have a bigger tank count. But unless he can do something to clear out the mines, Medino is going to be the one with map control.
Yeah, I mean, how do you value that? Is getting map control with mines more important than faster siege mode?
Terran versus Terran is all about positioning, so mines are really good. If he skips his academy for too long, I like Medino's position better. But as long as he gets his academy up, then I like Crack. It's pretty much even. I still like Crack's position because you have a better and higher tank count. But mines are great, especially on maps like Match Point, which have killer positioning points. You can position below the natural, get a tank line set up, sieging the mineral line. If you get a siege set up on the high platform,
How do you break?
How do you get out?
Yeah,
Ever?
no.
You don't. You got to go drops.
It reminds me of those little platforms on clay fields, right outside the natural. It's like, well, how do you break up that? It's very, very difficult. So both players scouting each other. Obviously, this is completely standard up until now. We don't really have. Okay, the first few mines have been laid outside of Cryok's base, so starting to take that map control.
So Cryok is going for the older style, which is Tank Goliath. Very powerful style. It can plow through mines, just like Dragoons can plow through mines. And one thing I am noticing is I'm looking over at the worker count. This is the biggest difference for me, is 7 worker advantage for Cryok. That is so many. And he's also the only one that has the academy. So even though he's spending a bit of time getting his comm sets up, he's still going to be up 3 workers when these complete. And Medino has no tanks right now. The Vultures haven't done anything other than lay a few mines.
Yeah, Vulture, I mean, maybe the mines kick in a little bit later. What's is the purpose of adding the Goliaths in here just to push through minefields?
They can help deal with mines. He can also snipe down this barracks. And when you snipe a barracks quickly, a lot of Terran players feel obligated to scramble to get down more factories. And then they cut into their production. So we may see Medino flood a couple factories right now since the barracks is about to land. If he doesn't, 3 fact is really not that much. If Croc is the one that goes up to 5 fact, he can easily overrun 3 fact.
Well, let's see if he does take down that barracks that hasn't been taken out just yet. So he's going to move out a little bit further. Wait, he didn't kill the barracks yet, did he? That's so funny.
I think he did just kill it right now. So it's only 3 factories for Medino. He's going for Starport, and now he's starting a science facility. All of these buildings are so expensive. Rebuilding the barracks also, but he's went triple add-on to try and catch up in the tank count, which is what he needs. But because he's cut so many SCVs, Croc's econ is still a little bit better. Ooh, Vulture run by, but it's only, it's 5.
We're in trouble. There's no units in the main.
Yeah, and this isn't even all of the Vultures, so he can run into the natural, I think, after this.
Oh my god. That is, that's quite a few SCVs to lose. And he's moving back, but he's only sending 1 tank back. I definitely thought those mines were going to be a little bit more killer, but he's still losing SCVs here.
Yeah, he's losing SCVs, but this is what I was saying with Tank Goliath. They can push through mines. And now Cryok has the siege advantage on top of this mineral line, and there's not enough tanks for Medino just yet. Also, he doesn't have vision, whereas the barracks is floating for Cryok right now. Okay, now barracks is going to float into range, but still, he's shutting down half the mineral line here. 3 tanks cannot bust this. There's 4 tanks for Cryok. Or is he actually just barely out of range of sieging those minerals?
I think he is. Wow. So it only ranges that 1 back mineral patch, and I think it actually ranges the top patch as well. But he's repositioned it, so now it's not as safe anymore, and he is actually able to take out those SCVs.
So this is what I was saying about maps like Match Point. All about positioning, and Cryok, even though he only had 6 units here, 4 tanks and 2 Goliaths, he's actually able to push through the minefield and set up a contain like this. And now Medino's in trouble. What he needs to do is either drop on this before Cryok can get up critical mass where it's undroppable, or go into a doom drop into Cryok's main, because you know that Cryok is prioritizing this position. Now he's going to push away the barracks. That's going to give Medino a bit. Ooh.
Okay. One more shot. Gets it. Actually doesn't take a shot on the range.
But he saw him get into range. Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, wow. Snipes
only
a tank.
losing 1 tank. That's not bad. Looks like Medino had another tank from the top. So he's going for a flank. And supplies are still even. Still a slight worker lead for Croc. But overall, great move from Croc. Got a bit of damage done there and didn't lose too much.
What do you think about that trade? Going for a huge vulture run by versus losing position on the map with your tanks?
I think it's okay right now because he still has some control of the top unless this gets busted right now, which it is. He sees only 2 tanks. He's going to bust that. Medino has +2 weapon coming pretty soon too. So he's going to have a huge power spike. But Crayock has the positional advantage. He's the one on top of the platform now.
Yeah.
Which is really what you want. But what Medino has is he does have that starport. So he can start building dropships and get around into Crayock's base.
Yeah, that's really crucial. We had some exceptionally good drop play yesterday. We saw, I think that was TVP, but still something to watch out for. And especially if you put too many eggs in your build a big siege tank basket and don't have enough back at home, a drop can deal critical damage. So let's keep an eye on this. I like that Crayock is still trying to get out there with his vultures, but really well placed siege tanks on these platforms in the middle are really keeping him from being able to lay any of these like crazy minefields or get across the map to harass.
Yeah, there's a slight contain for Medino, but really it's not that many tanks. If Crayock knows or figures out that there's only 2 there, he would easily go kill that. Or he may just loop around and set up a contain at the bottom side of the map and try and split the map that way. Now, I did see that Medino was going for a dropship, but he's had this starport. He's had this starport for quite a while. I think it's his first dropship. Seems kind of late, but he is slowly building it up. We're at 2 now. Once he gets 3, that's when we can start dealing tons of damage. He also has 5 tanks across the map already. If he can bring 4 more and 4 vultures, that's going to be amazing for him. Crayock with a great reaction there to take as little damage as possible, but Medino's pushing the natural.
Yeah, getting those last shots off on those tanks. Excellent for each of that siege tank line. And now, like you said, he is within range of the natural. Oh, the tanks have not been sieged on the high ground here, but does he actually have vision?
He doesn't have vision, but he's got to be careful to not move too close. Now he has vision.
Yeah, he's going to get vision of all the tanks here. He should actually be able to, if he splits their target fires, he's going to take out the tanks on the high ground. Couple more shots. Is he repairing?
Oh, but look at the middle of the map. Crayock coming from the top. He now has vision over top of these tanks coming in from all angles. Medino's going to lose his whole army.
Yeah, Medino getting sandwiched here. Crayock.
Oh, that mine!
Oh, no. Oh, my God. It was not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it's still going to get taken out. Beautifully played there by Crayock. Sandwiching, flanking, whatever you want to call it, taking out that army. Now he can just clear up this tank from the high ground if he wants to unsiege and reposition. And that's exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah, so Medino had a really nice move there. How do those tanks not see each other? How's it possible?
Broken.
But Crayock really lost almost nothing, and the tank count for Medino is, it's actually very strong. I thought it was not very high.
Man. No. You can't afford to do that.
There's the drop. This is what I was talking about, except it's only 2 tanks this time. If it was 4, Crayock would be in big trouble. Now he can actually get through this, but still 2 tanks with +2 deal a lot of damage.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just annoying to clean up. Thankfully, it's not in the middle of like a big. Oh wow!
It's not +2. I saw he got science facility a long time ago, so he only has +1. He may have thought he got +1 earlier and actually never did. Looks like we have a flood of starports at the top of his base for Crayock.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have a race switch for him, and he's the one that can actually afford it. He's got 4 command center coming up. Medino also has 4th command center coming up at top left, but he doesn't have as much gas as Crayock does right now.
Yeah, definitely ahead in the eco game for now, but I think his map presence is kind of leaves a lot to be desired. So he's gonna have to get a lot done with that. And in fact, he actually just doesn't have enough map control to go for this bottom right-hand 4th base. So that gets shut down immediately. Very well done by Mad to get out there on the map and make sure that he's not giving away anything for free, but now he has to make it out of here without getting sandwiched and losing that army. So yeah, runs into some siege tanks, and even though he was able to drop in here, I think this is gonna get cleaned up, right? I guess there's no anti-air, so we can just pick up and leave.
Well, they're in siege mode, so they can't exactly exit very quickly.
Okay.
But Crayock did pick off a lot of tanks earlier, but now Medino's dealing a lot of damage with just a few units. He's up 10 supply. Huge macro slip from Crayock here. Even if he only builds vultures, he needs to get some supply out. We know he's going race, but he needs to get some supply out because right now Medino's dealing tons of damage. He's also fortified top left now. He's able to actually split the map if he wants to, whereas Croc is struggling to even get his side of the map. Bottom right is still contained by Medino.
Yeah, Mad's got that contain is crazy. Like you said, TVT is all about positioning. And even though Cryok made some really cool moves there, he's contained, well, not contained, but he's only been able to hold 3 bases, whereas Mad has taken his entire half of the map, and he looks pretty solid, but I'm still waiting to see when this tech switch is going to come through.
Yeah, Medino, I don't think has scanned the race switch just yet. So right now, he literally has tank vulture. There's no anti-air except for that one wraith that I've seen running around.
Yeah.
So when Croc shows up with something like 7 wraiths, he's gonna deal a lot of damage. He's gonna be able to pick off a ton of tanks unless Medino can scan it pretty soon. Now, Medino's setting up to take top middle, or at least deny top middle. I would really like to see him take it. He's done so much damage, and he's still continued to deny bottom right, that he should really try and take that.
Yeah, it's starting to build those missile turrets. It's not necessarily like the raid switch is coming, but it really does solidify that position. And if you can maintain control of that 12 o'clock base for Mad, that's just so gigantic. You're always going to be worried about getting dropped from that area, or later on when BC battles happen. It's just really, really crucial to hold.
So Croc is setting up a contain with 5 tanks, but if Medino's paying really close attention to this, 5 tanks is really not very much. Where is Cryok's actual army? It's very confusing how he's trying to move across with just 5 tanks. So he may be led on. Oh, look at that. Oh, that was Cryok's production. I saw 2 Goliaths in production. I thought it was Medino reading it. So still Medino, no anti-air. All of these tanks on the high ground can get picked off. It looks like Croc's decided he's got enough. He's sending out 6 or 7 wraiths just now.
I mean, he had a lot of his army back at home, but now all of that is coalescing in the middle. And I think the Rays are coming in just a second. Yeah, there they are. So that's going to be the big Rays switch timing. Immediate cloak. There's 0 anti-air. This very well entrenched position is just getting torn apart. On the other side, that is actually not able to be cleaned up. So Cryok can't even expand to the bottom right-hand corner. The Rays are doing work. They're going to wipe out all of those tanks on the high ground. And that is going to allow this huge army from Cryok to retake that very crucial position.
Yeah, it's go time for Croc. He killed like 5 tanks there. He forced 5 of them back. He needs to get on top of this platform. I don't think he can really bust anywhere, but setting up a contain like this is massive.
He can force out another scan by running those Rays back in. Obviously,
he can bust this. Look how many vultures he has.
Yeah, he just run through this. Only 5 tanks, and they're all super clumped up.
No, not that way. Go through
the
mineral only.
I was gonna say, it's not actually that many tanks. I mean, obviously you don't want to lose any more than you have to, but also in the meantime, Matt is actually getting a lot of work down. He continues to deny the bottom right-hand corner, and he just shut down the 6 o'clock base as well. He's actually gonna kill the command center with a Wraith. So maybe he has less Wraiths, but it's not the size of your Wraith count. It's how you use it.
These Goliaths that Medino's building seem to have just gotten barely into range of the tanks because they consistently fall down. Now here comes Croc. This is so many tanks and so many vultures, but that's so many tanks for Medino. All he has to do is focus fire.
I mean, Croc's got the high ground advantage, so let's see how many shots miss here. He's not in range with all of his tanks, and I guess that's going to mean this is a little bit more of a stalemate. I definitely thought that Cryok had the opportunity to move a little bit farther in there, but Mad reinforced pretty well.
Yeah, Medino is going to hold on. Bottom right, command center deadfall. Bottom middle has been denied. Croc is getting desperate for another base because gases.
He's been on 3 bases forever.
Yeah, gases are going to mine out in the main and natural pretty soon. And even though he has a bank of gas right now, it's not going to last very long. I like this move on the top side. Pick off that tank, but 1 goes down. But he can siege the mineral line pretty soon. Maybe not.
Oh my God. Okay, so neither one of these players winning any matters anymore. Sugo with a $50 donation. Big fan. Most important part of the stream so far. You could actually just be a $50 Patreon and get us to say your name at the end of the stream instead of making a stream donation. But food for thought. Thanks for the donation. And speaking of donation, Cryok's been donating a few command centers. Now he's going to donate that 6 o'clock base to Mad.
Nah, he's going to go over there and kill it. There's this one Wraith that is just following these tanks. Look at the one lone orange dot at the bottom.
I love how Cryok builds like 8 Wraiths and loses them all, and Mad builds 1 Wraith and kills a command center and a million tanks with it.
actually Medino is going to save this base. Vultures and tanks come down to save it. Wraith is dealing so much
Oh my
damage.
god!
This one Wraith has done thousands
How many
of damage.
kills does that Wraith have? 7
And one of
kills?
them's a command center.
Well, I mean, it doesn't count, but close enough. I wish it counted. Petition Blizzard to include building kills in kill counts. He's still denying that with one. Wait, did that Vulture? He's got 1 HP on the Vulture, and it's killing SCVs as they come down. The SCV could one-shot it because it's only got 5 hit points. Finally, it's going to be taken out, and so at long last, Cryok is able to take that bottom right-hand base. But just look at how much he had to commit to taking that base down. Also, Zero pointing out that it's 1-3 versus 0-2, so upgrade advantage, maybe not the most crucial, but it is in Mad's favor.
Yeah, all that matters for Cryok is to have +2 weapon. Only matters to have armor and +3. Really, if you're going versus Wraith, which is what, well, Medino isn't going for that, so it doesn't really matter that much. Bottom middle is under threat again, but these tanks are so well positioned that I think Medino can actually hold this despite having a pretty low tank count.
RIP the MVP Wraith goes down, but I don't know if this is going to be a good fight for Cryok. He's got the superior Vulture count. The Goliaths aren't so bad. He's got one Goliath way down there, but it actually gets taken out. I thought it was going to mind drag into the SCV field. But it actually looks like Cryok's able to not only deny mining at this base, but also hold the tank count. But oh my god, I didn't even know his dropship count was that high. He's going to carpet bomb these tanks from Cryok. Everything is cleaned up instantly, and that is a reclaimed base.
I thought you were going to say that's a Terran recall, because that's what it was.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
5 or 6 dropships right there. Supply, we're at max for Medino, and no supply for Cryok. He taps out, GG.
A little salty there, but I don't blame him. It's like, yes, his Goliaths were not there to stop that from happening. So because you did not move your units there, you lost the game. How many games have you lost because your Goliaths were out of position, Ioken?
I don't know. I don't even know what Goliath he's talking about. But
well, he
anyway.
was trying to protect his dropship or his tanks from that dropship carpet bomb, but he didn't have the Goliaths there. He left them back behind.
Anyways, there were 6 dropships, and Medino was
He
max.
was gonna snipe them.
He was max. Yeah, okay. Regardless, Medino played well. Cryok had good moves too, but he got out macroed there, and we had a huge macro slip in the middle phase of the game.
Oh yeah, you're right. He was stuck at 100 supply for a million years.
The 2K, 3K slip, and then bottom right just got denied forever.
Well, it was denied by like 1 Vulture. That's the thing. Like, Mad got so much mileage out of 1 Vulture and 1 Wraith. That did more than like all these crazy Wraith switches and whatever Cryok was trying to do. And that's going to put Mad in the winner's match. So that means that he has the chance to win 1 more game and strap on that rocket pack onto the round of 16 for Cryok. He is going to have to play some best of 3s later on. But before we get on to that game, we've got Avi taking on Terror coming up next. So I'm actually pretty hype about that because I think Abby really maybe not overperformed, but what do we call it? What's the nice word for it? I didn't expect him to get that far, but he did.
I don't know. I don't know. He top 8. I think that's reasonable for him. I wasn't shocked by that. Also, he talks in the chat. Right, he's from EU. EU dominates. So it's expected for him to make it that far, right?
Okay, yeah. Something like that. Something. Hey, I know.
Look at him. Look at his fist, man.
He's ready.
He's ready.
He's got his fighting stick. We need one more of those pro gamer I'm a gangster poses. You know, like the one where they like do the thumb across the throat, or like the big like thumbs down in your face, like, yeah, you're so badass and you weigh like 50 kilos. But you know, whatever. You're a badass on the internet. There's that meme where like the nerd is talking with the huge jock and he's talking about how he's gonna like mess him up, and it's like sometimes Jimmy forgets that he's not online and you know, in real life. So I like to imagine that's why Avi is so confident in his obvious ninjutsu skills. But this is the matchup that we have on our hands. Obviously, I think TVT is a big Terror speciality. What do you think about Avi's chances here, Nyoken?
Well, he took out Dandy last season, so I like his chances a lot. But Terror is a little more unorthodox, so you can't just assume straight up play, especially not on match point. But Avilov did look strong in last season of BSL. Ling Ultra, we saw Soma use it recently. Now imagine he has that many Ultras and Lings, and he casts Ensnare with it too. It'd be even more deadly.
Well, look, if there's one and snare user out there, well, I guess it's probably Area Door, but the other one would be Abby Love. Big fan of the ensnare at all points in time, and especially if he catches Terror by surprise and he's going bio, you just ensnare that big clump of Marines. What do? Well, you tap out. So yeah, off of a surprise quarterfinals finish, the best ever, Abby Love has returned to this season of the Bombastic Star League to take on Terror, who had his worst finish ever last year. So maybe an upswing versus a downswing. Abby Love has eliminated the other major Peruvian Terran. Let's see if he can do it again and take out Terror this time in the round of 24. We already had Eon Zerg be eliminated yesterday, so the legends are falling one by one. Terror goes down here. We might get another Bob Malcolm video clip. So
yeah, is Bob Malcolm in the chat?
Yeah, he's got to be watching. He needs that South American cheerleading to cheer Terror on so he shows good games, right? Well, the first map is once again match point, as it is always want to be, and that means that we are about ready to get into this. Once again, a big thanks to, I believe, Boneth, who gave us the map point tips. So you guys can learn a little bit more about the map as we get into game number 2. Do we have sound? I think it's just very faint. No, I actually just don't think we have sound. That's really weird. Well, we'll work on it. It's not inhibiting my ability to tell that these SCVs are mining. And in true Peruvian fashion, Terror has once again chosen the magenta Terran colors in the bottom left-hand corner of match point.
In the top right, we've got the pink or light pink Zerg. It is Abby Love. Yeah, so Abby Love last season, thinking back to him, Ling Ultra is really what I remember. Those maps were designed for that style, though. Crossing field, free 3 bases for Terran. Kind of fell into his hands with Dandy playing so passive, but Terror is not that type of person.
No.
Now, this is going to be an 8, a depot. I thought it was going to be an 8.
I was getting my hopes up, too, because I saw him go a little bit high on the minerals.
Well, we've got a second SCV coming out pretty fast. Now, this could be a floated Rax. No. This is probably just going to be an eBay block, but with it being Terror, it could be some kind of weird Rax float. I don't even know. But because Abby Love knows who he's playing, there's a very fast drone scout from him.
Okay, I thought he was going to like go down and try to dodge it, but nope. Just sees it, a little bit of a handshake. And
but seeing this might trigger a pool first build, like over pool gas as opposed to 12 hatch, because this is 100% going to be an eBay block.
I'm like 10 years old. I know like 6 colors. I'm pretty sure that's all of Twitch chat, but don't worry. I'm here to say all the 3-syllable words you don't know. So get ready to write them down for your PSAT test coming up next week. Okay, so it is an eBay block, exactly like you said. It's going to be really annoying to deal with because we still don't have a pool. But we'll get one of those eventually, I promise. Very annoying to have it. And he can actually like return to it and continue building if he wants to. But just being annoying, delaying that natural expansion for as long as possible while he builds that barracks, which of course is scouted by the drone. Information on both sides. He actually needs to cancel that eBay.
Yeah, and the worst part about this is because this is match point where it's not a map with a ramp, the SCV even got in and saw that the pool was delayed for a long time. This was like a 14 pool, so it wasn't even an early pool response to get rid of the eBay quickly. It was just a very delayed pool. I was actually surprised that Terror didn't end up going for 14 CC after seeing that.
He's gonna kill that SCV.
He might kill that SCV, yeah. But what's Terror's follow-up here? There's no gas.
Oh my god, he's gonna get it. Oh my god, he's gonna kill the SCV. Oh, ay, Terror! What are you doing? This is not the way you want to start off with a worker getting taken out early.
Is that a second drone?
No, it's an SCV. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now he's getting gas stolen, but not a huge gas steal right here. Command Center's going to come up for Terror pretty soon. Third hatch for Abby Love. This is what I think of when I see Abby Love play. Is I don't really think of 2-hatch meter or anything. He's just going to play the more macro-oriented build. But everything does look like we may have a Ling. I know we're calling it way ahead of time, but everything with the big macro play sets up for something like Ling Ultra potentially.
Well, look, one thing that I would always say about Terror is that he plays his own style, whereas Abby is always up on the new hotness coming out of Korea. So maybe he's been watching his Queen VODs. So we'll see if he wants to go for that style. One more hit. Of course not. I actually thought that SCV was going to pull off a building to snipe it, but no. That's APM we don't have yet. SCV getting across the map to scout. This is something Flash always does. I don't know how he always has like 1 or 2 SCVs just scouting around the map. They always get in. And so perfectly right on time. Terra's going to get a full scout of the main. See the macro hatch coming through. Know that it's not like on position or any crazy shenanigans like that. And see the lair or the lair timing. So that makes him at least know where that gas went.
Yeah, Academy coming in. I'm looking at the timing. It was about a 4-minute Academy, which is what I always go for. It's a really good build. It's a really good for your econ. He didn't cut anything. 340 gas timing is pretty standard. So everything's going to be great for him. This lair seems a few seconds late to me, but that could just be because of the pool being delayed quite a bit. 2 racks for Terror. So this is not your usual 5 racks follow-up versus 3 racks, but this is okay because it's going to force out a lot of sunkens from Abilov. Pretty sure he can't hold this attack with just mass speedlings unless he overreacts to it. But look at the drone to SCV count. Drone count is really good for Abilov right now. I'm wondering if we're gonna have there it is, Hydra Den coming in. So it is gonna be lurkers. Now, Ling Lurker is really good on maps that you can secure a third base easily with a ramp. Now you would think not the greatest for match point because bottom right has 2 ramps, but he's hiding it at top left. But one of the bases that you can take that does act like a ramp is top middle and bottom middle. They just funnel through
that's
that
right.
small choke.
So
Ling Lurker is very good on this map.
Yeah, easy to hold with lurkers. Now we don't have lurkers out yet, but we're still working on getting this Marine force out of the map. It's just now starting to move out as Stim nears finishing. About a control group right now, but obviously there's more to come as the lurker aspect is about halfway done. So he's going to force out a bunch of sunkens here and try to hold on. It's a very, very sharp timing. So if he can hold the sunkens until lurkers come through, we'll be okay. But I think actually Terra's going to hit too fast.
I think it's going to get up in time. And this Spire was a fake. He canceled it, but the Hydrogen is so close to the sunkens that I think Terra's still going to see it.
Oh, it's so close. It's so close. He's not going to stim for it.
But he saw the Hydrogen. We took off vision and he did see it. So he knows that this is lurkers, not Spire. He should scan to confirm that the Spire is gone. But look at this. Firebats are scouting for hidden bases because he knows that if you go Ling Lurker, you're probably hiding a base. There's a chance of you going for Ling Lurker bust very low. How many lurkers is he going to build? That's really what I'm waiting to see.
And does he have like a straight Hydra up in the top left? I don't think he does. I think it's just a drone.
Ooh, those Firebats stopped in the middle of the map. These Lings need to find them. He needs to make sure.
He's going to find them. Oh my God. Perfect catch on those Firebats. He actually does get one nice shot off onto the Lings, but catching those Firebats is huge. That makes the upper left-hand base a lot more secure. And it forces Terror to make a choice between going up there to kill that, pulling back to protect his natural, or going up or continuing to pressure those Sunkens, which is probably not going to work out.
So actually this is a bust because this is 6 or 7 lurkers being morphed, but the tech from Terror, he has a science facility building at 7 minutes. Normally you're starting your factory at 7 minutes.
We don't need factory units. It's called bio, not factory units.
Yeah, so this is a perfect read from Terror, and
hey,
these Sunkens that I
was the perfect.
Oh my gosh. Oh my another dad joke. So Avilov, I thought was going to hide a base at top left, but this push made him build so many Sunkens that he can't afford it. Now I think he's just going for the all-in. And Terror skipped Comsat for a long time. So if he scanned and we didn't see it, he actually may not have any energy. I saw there was only 17 there. Turret goes down, this game's over. We have nothing to stop these lurkers incoming.
Okay, so we're hotkeying our lurkers. We're getting ready to run them in, snipe the turret, and win the game. Here we go, guys. Oh my God, he's just running in. He's got like 8 lurkers there. The burrow, the turret is not being targeted, but it's killing everything else. He pops the bunker. All the Marines go down. The back lurkers reposition. They're going to target down these, either the turrets or the Marines. What an insane positioning. He doesn't have scan energy.
No scan energy, but he still has one turret in the middle line. But these SCVs need to escape. He's losing
my
all
God,
of his
no!
SCVs. He's even going to lose the comm set too, so he's going to be down to one scan. He has one tank, but there's no vessel out. There's no siege. Command center might fall.
Uh-oh. Okay, so he does lift the command center, but at what cost? He's lost every SCV mining at the natural. He didn't pull a single SCV.
He lost all of his SCVs. He has tanks in his main. Bunker is going up, but he's spending a lot of resources just to not die. Meanwhile, Avilev can just sit here. I realize Terror at some point will push out. Oh, he's going to go for it. He's choked up so hard, but I guess he's decided he's got enough lurkers to plow through, and I think he might be right.
Yeah, I don't think
There's
he
no
can stop
siege.
that. I mean,
Oh,
he
there
does
is.
have, so he finally has siege, but I think there's just too many lurkers here.
Well, even if he can't bust through, it's going to take Terror so long to bust through these lurkers because Avilev can just unburrow and position backwards.
I mean, he's got a science pistol out, which is maybe a little bit ahead of schedule, but it's going to help him at least try to reposition. But if he ever oversteps with those tanks, Ling's just run in and kill everything. So he's got to be very, very careful at pushing back out. And this is so hard to do. While meanwhile, Zerg is getting a third base up.
Yeah, third base, drone man coming in. Lurkers are going to be pushed back. And because he killed so many Marines with that attack, it's not like Terra can go counterattack right now. The Marine count is extremely small. There's only 3 barracks too. So Avilev, oh, that's what we need to get back into this game is a drop. Remember, the Spire got canceled. It's only 75% of the way done. There's absolutely no vision in the center of the map for Avilev. So a drop would deal so much damage.
And there's a Queen's Nest on the way too. So we are really power teching up here. And there's only going to be like a couple Hydras back at home to stop this drop. So this is a lot of eggs that Terra is putting in this basket. He took a major hit losing his natural like that. So now he's going to have to try to make up the difference. And drops are a great equalizer. Let's see if he can get the job done. And he actually could just drop the upper left. But actually, no, in the meantime, Terror is going to have to face the full brunt of all these Lings running through. Some good tank shots and a nice D-Matrix. Make a really nice block in the front and actually clean up all the Zerglings as they run in.
Now we have a drop into the main. There's no defense, a drone pull. Did Terran just salvage this game?
Oh
There's
my God.
no Lings, there's no lurkers, there's nothing.
Terran has been ahead 100% of the game, guys.
He has
Don't-
+1 weapon.
Don't even pay attention to the natural going down. It's all part of the build order. So the lurkers are going to burn. He's going to target one of them down. He doesn't get one.
He has no
The
scans.
scan ran out. No, or they didn't run out. It just didn't happen. Oh my God.
He may not have scan. Remember, his command center was lifted the whole time. He may have been using...
Oh, target down the Scourge. He targets down the Scourge just in time. He doesn't retarget the lurkers. And I think he is actually just going to pick up and leave with that one Private Ryan Marine.
Wow, I thought Terra might actually win the game with that drop, but it got him back into the game at least. Zerg's army, remember, he went for the bust and lost all of his Lings. And now Terran's actually moving out. He's got a sizable army. He still doesn't know where Zerg's third base is.
Oh, look at that control. Okay, I thought he was actually going to save it, but never mind. It dies, and so does the one. Oh, actually, no, the one Marine gets out alive. But still, that was a lot of damage to deal. I mean, he didn't kill all the drones or anything like that, but still very terrifying, living up to the name. But still hasn't done anything to that upper left-hand base, which has been almost completely undefended this whole time.
But he's going to the platform. Does he know he's sending the Marine to top left? Why are you going there? Why?
Poor K, even. He's going to find it, and even
that's
just
a dead
this
base.
one Marine.
And that's
yeah.
where the Ultralisk Cavern is.
Oh, is it?
So he's going to kill that too. He should
Oh my
cancel
God.
it. You got to cancel it. That's an expensive building too.
I mean, he could kill that one Marine with drones, but, there's more on the way. He does, but it's time. This is a huge pick for Terror. He just left his soft white underbelly exposed in the upper left-hand corner. And now it's going to be taken out along with the Ultra Den.
And now it triggers a double Ultra Den. And this is 2-base gas Zerg for Avilev. So this extra Ultra Den is actually very expensive. Mines are even coming out. So Terra's playing ultra defensive now.
Ultra defensive.
Ultra defensive. These mines are going to deal so much damage to the Ultralisk once they pop. But one thing I am noticing is that Avilev is ahead in the upgrades. He started +2 armor, whereas Terra hasn't started +2 weapon. So if the game goes a bit longer and we can get up critical mass ultras with +4 versus +1, Rapid Marines don't deal damage to those.
No, they do not. I mean, that is still one way. This is so back and forth. I love that. It's such a beautiful thing to watch. Like, one player will make one move and get a lot of damage done, and then another player busts out and deals a lot of damage himself. Oh, let's see if we can Mind Dragon into the tanks. He's not going to try but he does clear the minefield, so at least those won't be there to soften up the ultras. And Abby's trying to take a third base now down to the bottom right. There's a bunch of mines being laid there, but there's no actual units to go kill it.
Yeah, Abby Love's army is very weak right now, so Terra still has a window of opportunity to kill bottom right. So that's going to be another denied hatchery. Ultralists haven't popped out just yet. It's still only +2. Look at how tiny Terra's army is, but it doesn't matter because Abby Love has actually no units. It's 88 supply to 53. He's even thinking about taking the mineral only. He's getting desperate for a third base now.
Well, that drone will not build the base there. It's actually not in vision, which is surprising. Well, this base is super, super dead. So where is the third going to go? Abby is kind of back up against the wall here. He needs to get out there, get more bases, more hatcheries, but he doesn't have any of it. And he's banking on this huge ultra tech to really come through for him. He's getting speed and chitinous planting at the same time as a bunch of ultras, but it's actually not a bunch of ultras. I think he has 3.
Yeah, he doesn't have that many ultras just yet. Once he gets like 6, I think he's just got to go. He's going to have a power spike with his armor upgrades. He doesn't have good econ. It would be his best time to actually strike. Also, you know that Terra's units are on the other side of the map. So I think once these upgrades kick in, he's just got to go for it. Look how many barracks this is. 7 barracks.
Oh my god. Well, he is on 3 bases, so that's I guess okay for that number, but I don't think the third base is kicked in. Oh, it's actually not even done. Never mind.
Ooh, he catches the drone.
Oh, takes it out. That's so big. So big. This is one of the ways that Flash like wins a lot of games, even if he's a lot super far behind. You have to like bodyguard the drone as it goes out to take a third base, because once again, this is still only 2 mining bases for Abby.
Yeah, and this is what Abby Love needs to do now. He needs to just attack with these Lings and Ultras. He's got +4 is such a huge power spike versus +1 weapon of Terran.
This is what we need ultras for, killing 2 vultures.
Well, not that, but he needs to go fight right now. This is his best time to fight. Scourge need to intercept.
Oh,
these
those are some
vessels.
vulnerable vessels.
Oh
my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, he doesn't actually see them. Oh, they're gonna fly over the Marines. Oh, this is into the vessels. He loses every single Scourge. Now the vessels are going to reign supreme. They might get some irradiates off in these ultras. Yep, there they go, softening up, I think, 3 ultras as they run through. And it does make them deal a lot of damage in AoE to all these Marines. So if you take out the bio as it runs back home, this could be a big swing for Abby.
Yeah, the supply is still pretty close, 80 to 105. He's got a decent shot. But he's just holding position on the ultras. He needs to just use them, even if they get irradiated. BCs are coming out for Terra now, and once the BCs come out, these ultras are going to be completely nullified. There's no Dark Swarm either. Oh, vessels might go down here.
Oh, he's going to get 1. He's going to get a set. Oh my god.
What was that?
Yeah, the Scourge are the dumbest units.
So stupid.
Dragoon control, Scarabs, like, they don't hold a candle. Scourge are actually the dumbest unit. Imagine, like, you're the guy that programs unit AI in Brood War. Maybe, like, the day you came to program Scourge AI, like, oh my god. Look, we've got a spectrum of AI. One is spider mines that kill everything, and the other is Scourge that kill nothing. Ugh. So the vessel count's still pretty healthy. I think he has like 3, 4. The tank count's looking okay. The third base is up and now just barely running. It's going to take more than just a few Zerglings to take that out. And dare I say that Terror has stabilized after losing his natural coming back in the game.
Oh yeah, Terra's got this game now. He's got so much econ. He's got +2 himself. He's started +3. I think that's +3 that started for him. Meanwhile, Abby Love, so broke, has not started +3 armor himself. Vessels have stayed alive the whole time. He's broke on gas. He's desperately trying to hide top middle, but this is just not going to happen. Abby Love's best shot here is once Terra tries to go top middle, is to just counterattack.
You don't think he could like squeeze him in that tiny choke?
Terra's just gonna. Oh,
okay, well,
vessels get caught.
Okay, that's nice. He's down to 1 vessel, so at least that's a little bit of a help. Loses top middle. He does have that third base, but that's not really the one you want to take. He's retaking bottom right, and it's going to take Terra a long time. And this is that counterattack you were talking about.
This is what he should go for. But look at the instant depot wall, and now Ultralisk and Lane's getting bottled up. The tanks have sat here the whole time behind the wall, and Abby Love just gets massacred.
Oh my god, yeah, just absolute destruction. Decimating his army. It is now down to 1/10 size. So bonus points for appropriate uses. And that's it. Board taps out and Terror advances on to the winner's match of Group C.
Yeah, Terror had really good crisis control because he looked mega dead after losing.
Oh, he did.
Like mega dead.
At one drop to win them all.
That Marine saved the game for him.
Oh, what,
Running
scouting the upper left?
Yeah.
How does he know?
Why is it going there?
The Marine's got like a mini pocket scanner, the eye scanner of the future. And he's like, I'd like to find out what's in that dark corner. Wow, that was insane. Congratulations. I mean, that's one of the reasons Terra is so good. Like, he's no joke. Absolutely one of the best Terran players in the world. And even though sometimes he'll, lose games you don't expect, he also wins games you don't expect, like that one too. So really, really impressive play. Absolutely one of the favorites of this group. But there's a lot of Terran players in this group, so we've got plenty of TBTs ahead. I feel like on day one we got a little bit lucky with a lot of ZVZs, but not so much today. So we've got lots more Terran action where that comes from in our winners match. How do you think that's going to go, Niobe?
Yeah, Terra versus Medino coming up. Medino looked good versus Croc, had good positioning. His vultures, that run by, how did it deal damage? How did it get in? I think that's actually what Croc was talking about, the Goliath.
Oh, okay.
But Terror is very deadly TBT. You don't know what's coming ever from him. You see a starport, somehow it's like 4 factories.
Yeah.
You see 4 factories, somehow there's like BCs in your base.
Do the BCs come out of the factories? I don't know how this works anymore. Oh, wow. I'm really excited. That is going to be a really sick finals. I think Terror maybe still has the edge, but I mean, I was looking at Mad's MMR after you told me what it was. I maybe kind of didn't believe it, so I checked it the next time we saw that, and I was like, oh my god, this is actually so high. So I don't know. We were watching Bona's stream a few minutes ago, and people were talking about like, wow, he's finally 2,500 MMR. I was like, actually, Mad's like almost there. So really, really highly rated. Obviously, just from the first game, you can see that he's got the skill. I'm trying to spoil myself a little bit there. But no, ready to go for our final game of the winners bracket, I guess. So to find out which player is going to advance on to the next round, the map is La Mancha. So 4-player Heartbreak Ridge. Not quite, but it's got high ground in the middle.
I can get behind.
There we go. And yeah, this is it. Mad 7 ranks above Terror. But don't read too much into the MMR rankings. That's just their ladder standings. These guys are both legends. You can see that Terror is a BSL champion. He's also a perennial quarterfinalist or even semifinalist. So you can never count this guy out. Whereas Mad, he had an unceremonious exit in the round of 24 last season. Let's see if he can make it out of the round of 24 as we get into our final match of the winners side. The map is La Mancha. It's Terror versus Mad. Oh, wait, did I have it? No, I don't think we have the sound. Okay, sorry. I was just working on our technical difficulties here. It would be nice to hear the units, but oh, what a legend. Anyway, in the upper left-hand corner, in the yellow, playing Terran from Norge, it is Madinho.
In the top right, representing Peru, it is Terror. So Medino looked pretty good on match point. Clearly, he must like Vulture openers. Now, Terror can play Vulture openers himself. He can play tank openers. He can play Wraith openers. He can play one-base openers. He can play everything. So, if Terror knows Medino's style, which seems to be mass Vulture, I feel like he's probably going to have like a direct counter to that. Maybe something like tank Vulture himself. He used that versus me sometimes on the ladder, and it's really hard to stop. So I'm actually expecting that from Terror. Now, will either player go for gasless? Because Terror doesn't strike me as someone that goes for gasless often, but I don't hit him on the ladder that often. But every time I've played him, it's been 12 gas or 11 gas or some type of tech play. Because when he plays tech, he can be very crafty with it.
What kind of craftiness are we talking about?
Hiding a starport,
okay.
Hiding a second factory, showing 1 Marine, but it's actually like 6 Marines behind it. Very sneaky.
Well, yesterday we had Wraithman himself, Kogut, playing, so that was a little bit fun to watch. I don't know anybody that has his affinity for Wraith play, especially not in TVT like this. I guess there's those random Wraith switches. I guess we saw a little bit of that already, but not necessarily something that he's necessarily going to open with. So I don't know. I would expect things to be super standard opening. There's not a lot of excitement unless we have, I don't know, proxied barracks or something like that.
Well, we have identical builds from both players so far. We got 12 gas on both sides. Waiting to see if either player is going to pull off or keep SCVs on gas. Terror is known to do that, but he may also just keep on gas to just mind game. That's what some players do, what like Artosis likes to do also. So we'll have to wait and see. Factory has started for both players.
Yeah, so no, or only one on gas for Terror. And on the other side, it looks like Matt also took his SCVs off gas too.
Yeah. Now, does either player want to build extra Marines? I like 1 or 2. Some players like to build 3. Somebody like SPX loves to build 3 to 5 and just rally vultures with it. Super strong if you go for instant add-on tank. So wait and see. Terra's the one with 2nd Marine right now.
Okay, how many more are we getting? Already one more on the way.
There's Medino with a 2nd Marine himself. 3rd Marine for Terror. Ooh. So this is definitely going to be Vulture Marine follow-up. Could be 2. A lot of times when I see this, it's at least 2, sometimes 3.
Well, we had super close Vulture battle already today where they both killed each other with the same shot. So let's see if that happens again.
Well, as I say that, actually instant add-on for Terror. And there's the command center for Medino. He's going Vulture himself. So this could be Vulture into mines. It could be instant tank, which is what I like to do, but usually you don't build 3 Marines with this. But with 3 Marines, he's going to be able to at least push the Vulture back for a long time. If the Vulture never comes, he can push the barracks back for a long time. This is going to be a 2nd factory for Medino.
Well, at least Terror scouted it, so he did get in to see that. And
there's the tank. So tank Marine push with no add-on, no mines coming in for Medino. This is going to be extremely hard to stop.
Yeah, I think Terror, obviously he's got a little bit of a read on the situation, but he just has way more back at home. He did stop building Marines, so it's not like he's going up to like 5, like you were saying from SPX or something. But here's that tank out, and all of a sudden, when these Vultures show up on Terror's doorstep, they're not going to have a good time.
Oh, the tank does see the Vulture just barely in time and turns around and pushes them back. Looked like Medino was the one that wanted to go for an attack, but he waited for 2 Vultures, and because he waited, not able to kill those Marines. Now, Terror has the superior army, but does he recognize that he can go right now?
I mean, he is going, at the very least, to push this barracks back, but he does have that tank along with it. Let's see if he wants to continue. He's holding the tank back out of vision range of the barracks, so he's hiding this. The Vulture's going to come forward to try to save the barracks from the Marines, but I don't think Terror is going for this. Is he?
Where's the tank? Okay, a Vulture came out from Terror, but that lets 2 Vultures get into the main of Terror. Vultures are now going to get intercepted, and actually, Terror's going for Vulture speed, so he wants to run by some Vultures.
Okay, well, he actually cleans up the Vultures on the other side, but I love sort of the ships passing in the night, that northern passageway being really utilized by Medino to make it all the way across the map. But he actually is turning around now, and he realizes he can't push through the tank count. There's 1 tank up top, 1 tank down below, and Terror is starting to really take a foothold here. Oh, needs to save the tank. Dies just barely. Nice snipe there by the Vultures, but was that an overcommitment?
I think it was still okay because he eliminates all the Vultures, eliminates the Marines. Medino's in panic mode. More Vultures streaming in for Terror. He's got speed, and I did see a starport being built for, I think, Medino. I didn't see an armory anywhere for Terror. So actually, Race would completely change this game. He needs to get up 3 or 2 before showing them, because 1 Wraith, no one cares about 1 Wraith.
Yeah, well,
but 2 or 3, we do start killing SCVs pretty quickly.
Yeah, who was it? It was Mad that built that 1 hero Wraith in his series versus Cryok. So maybe this is his hero Wraith coming in once again. I mean, maybe nobody cares about it. It's at least going to get scouting information. At most, Oh, it can see, yeah, all the factories coming up. So at least he'll confirm that those are there. He won't see the army move out, but he'll be able to be annoying and take out that SCV building the factory.
Yeah, 5 fact for Terror. This is what he loves to go for, tank vulture, but he has absolutely no air defense. If Medino had held this one Wraith, I really do think 2 or 3 would have done tons and tons of damage.
Oh, he stops the factory from finishing just barely, seconds away. He also holds with a vulture wall back at home, so none of those crazy run bys from Terror. And now he is actually the one kind of rubber banding across the map, chasing Terror's vultures back home.
I think Medino still wins this fight as long as he focus fires. There's go another vulture. Those are weakened vultures at the top. Medino's gonna take this out. He's consistently streaming across the map, 3v3, but they have more health.
Yeah, and this is going to be good for Mad. He's going to snowball a little bit here. He also has the Wraith back at home. He wants to bring that into play here, can really win this fight. Defender's advantage kicks in for Terror, and he finally cleans up Mad's Vulture rally. That Wraith is still in here. We're still killing SCVs.
Yeah, he's killing a lot of SCVs. He's still even, or at least a little higher in SCV count. I saw Goliath pop out, but where did it go? Or did it not pop out?
Are you
Maybe it was just a vulture.
promise? Maybe it was like a vulture that transformed into a Goliath, or a Goliath that transformed into a vulture. I don't know.
Regardless, this is just pure
That's
vulture.
7
from
kills
both
on that
sides.
Wraith.
Yeah, he's gotten so. Imagine if this was 3 Wraiths or 2 Wraiths. We would have had like
exactly
20 kills.
Yeah, I thought that there would be like any sort of reaction, but he actually doesn't have an armory. Terror has just finished his armory.
He just finished a Goliath, so it will push it back now. But Medino has a lot of vultures, but he's got to make sure he fights some high ground like this. Now he has defender's advantage. Can he win this fight? If he wins this fight,
How good is
he's not going to.
No. I mean, it was a little bit closer than I kind of thought it was going to be. He does have more vultures coming through. They're at full health, but yeah, not a great place to fight. He's going to pull back, give up control there, and so was that Terror's second armory finishing?
No, he's got 1 armory. He dealt with the Wraith. I saw the Goliath. Now Terror is actually on the counterattack. He's focus firing down these vultures. Meanwhile, Medino's not.
Oh wow, there's like a minute delay. Okay, I was thrown off a little bit by that. He's gonna repair for the win. Hold at his natural expansion, and what's that in the main? Is it just, okay? That's just that barracks floating. But yeah, he actually might build some Marines out of that later. But these vulture battles in the middle of the map. This is like one of those UMS maps where you just rally unit, like you build a barracks and it just rallies units across, and you play this like rubber band battle. But I think Mad's holding for the time being at the front door, but Terror's really forcing this issue. He's not going to win the vulture battle, and finally it feels like Mad is going to make some headway out on the map.
Yeah, Mad pushes back the attack. He's going to be able to lay mines now. I mean, it doesn't really affect Terror since he's continually only building vultures. Both players only building vultures. If any of them had mixed in like 2 Goliaths, that would have been so strong in this attack. But no Goliaths out just yet. No tanks either. Neither player is even floating that much gas. I know they have 900, but this is all off of 1 gas. It's not like it's just 2 gas building up over and over and over. Finally, Medino and Terror both take their nat gases. We do have a 5 worker lead for Terror. I'm surprised Terror has so many more SCVs because he's the one that lost like 10 SCVs to 1 raid.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, how did we get that? I guess Mad cut for a little bit, but yeah, Terror's macro on point. What are we trying to do here? Yeah,
for Medino.
I don't think it's been scouted. Those are friendly mines, so
he needs to draw these vultures' attention to the middle of the map so he can drop into the natural. It would kill so many workers, or draw vultures into the main with the drop and then try and run into the natural.
He's just gonna go for it. All right. Oh no, he's actually running by into the main here. There are vultures still back at home, so that's gonna pull them out of position. Maybe Mad can use this to reposition in the middle of the map, but I don't think this drop is really gonna get very much done here. I mean, the vultures are glitching out, so they actually are having a lot of trouble getting back into the main.
Look at the Sim City.
Oh my god.
The SCVs are blocking them. The depot is blocking them. They can't range it.
Man, the struggles of Terran. Where do I build my supply depots? That was really unexpectedly a lot of damage there. So at the end of the day, Mad now has a 5 SCV lead.
Yeah, but does Medino have a comm set? I don't think he does. Actually, I think he does have it on his main and natural. It's just now coming up. So actually, he's got to be very careful to not run over these mines. Oh, there's one.
Oh no. Okay, well the first, he's trying to target it down. First tanks the mine, so that's, and another mine going off. That was that was killed just barely.
It's on Terra's side of the map, but Medino has the high ground advantage here. This is so key on La Mancha. Also, he can get a positional advantage on the top and take top middle. So you'd have pushing power at top middle while also defending the top side of the map, while also denying that base from Terra. So that should be the base that Medino looks to take, whereas Terra needs to look to take mid-right at this point. But he's on 6 factories, which means you have no intention of expanding for quite a while.
Yeah, 6 factories is all about being super aggressive. There's that one Goliath. And I mean, Matt is making a lot happen. Oh, another run by for more SCV kills. Looks like he gets, I don't know, a couple, but still being annoying with that and kind of forcing Terror to not get too far out there on the map. Matt's positioning right now is pretty airtight, but it looks like Terror wants to try to break through. This is not going to happen.
No.
So many mines up here, so many vultures protecting all these tanks. Siege and the high ground advantage just massive here for Mad. Although he is getting cleaned up at the top here. There's only 1 siege tank left for Mad. Is Terror doing it?
Terror focused down the 2 or 3 tanks that were there, and now actually Terror pushes through very easily, and I thought for sure Medino was going to hold that, but now this is 8 tanks versus how many tanks for Medino does he have? It's only 2 or 3. Now actually Terror's the one that should take top middle. He's got control of the center of the map.
Man, racial imbalance. Hard at work right there.
Oh,
he doesn't want to overextend here. Just take the win. So he's going to spread out and make a nice tank line here and maybe try to play the long game. That tank survives at 2 HP. It's still part of the wall.
Yeah, he needs to go send a couple SCVs to repair, but Medino has 2 drop ships. He needs to build up to, again, at least 3, because then 4 tanks and 4 vultures can be a doom drop, especially if he gets in the top right where all those depots just wall you off.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, how are you going to defend that?
He would never be able to defend it. If he can get up there, it would deal so much damage. We do see Medino is now the one taking mid-left. He has started +1 weapon. Still no third base for Terror just yet. He's ending up going into a starport. So he's continuing to put on pressure.
How did Mad sneak those 2 vultures around? That's insane. He's going to be annoying and block the command center location at the 3 o'clock base. But more than that, he can actually just run that up into the natural and be annoying from behind. Good move here by Terra. I think he's denying that 9 o'clock location. Yeah, he's got some vultures over there to take out the SCV. And actually, Mad won't be able to retake that. Okay, he's got a tank down there, so he should be able to deal with that. He's just trying to clear out the mines, but Terror fighting back while the vultures of Mad were clearing out the mines. He then tries to take them out himself. That tank dies to mines.
But drop to the natural of Terror. It's hopefully 3.
Oh no, it's gonna hit the tank. Wow, almost kills the tank. Obviously, 1 mine doesn't kill it, but here comes the drop into the natural up at 12 o'clock. Wait, I thought it was going in. Oh, he's waiting.
2 tanks and 4 vultures, so this is still a lot of damage.
Pretty serious.
But SCVs can honestly deal with an attack like this. It's not enough.
Yeah, it's not a doom drop. He's going to drop in the natural here. There's no Sim City to save it. There's plenty of tanks here back at home from Terror to defend.
So he easily deals with it. He denies mid-left. Medino doesn't know that Terror still has no third base. But if I was Medino and I got my third base denied like this 15 minutes into the game, it'd be a feels bad moment. I'd be thinking about tapping out. So we actually may see Medino just feel obligated to attack any moment now, try and push through. And if he gets denied, might just tap out.
Yeah, I mean, if he misreads the situation, sure. Mad's up 10 workers, but that might not matter just because it's so hard to take third bases at this point. And Terror's going for it.
Top middle, Terror pushing through that area. Now he's setting up to contain here, so this base is his to take if he wants now. See a science facility for Medino. He's got +2 going, so that's a huge power spike for him. Command center I did see was built by Terror, but it hasn't floated to mid-right just yet. Mid-left still denied, so there's no base for Medino to take right now. He's going to have to probably send an SCV through a dropship to bottom left if he wants to take a base, or try and shuttle bomb on top of those tanks at the bottom. How many drop ships does he have? Is it still only 2?
I think it's, did he not add more? Oh no, it's still only 2. So he's got more in production though. So 2 more in production. You know what he wants to do. build up that count. I don't think there's, okay, there is a Wraith from Terror, so at least he'll be able to push the dropships back, but he won't be able to stop them when the moment comes. Trying to set up here. Matt's got a 5 tank line. There's so many more from Terror, but pushing across that bridge is very, very hard to do.
Well, at least he could shut down this Rax and then slowly push to kill those tanks on the bridges. Maybe he can take 12 that way. Mid-right still isn't up for Terror. It looks like he's landed over or right beside a mine, but now I see an SCV transfer to mid-right, so he's about to take it any moment now. 3 dropships. 4th would be amazing.
It's on the way.
If he can go deny mid-right, he's still got a chance, because I think he can slowly creep and take top middle.
All right, well, 4th dropship is out. He's loaded it up, and he is about to head out across the map. Unfortunately, he flies over tanks. He's going to drop and take them out along with the Goliath. So a big move here by Matt to regain control of this high ground in the middle of the map.
He's got high ground now. I see the 4th dropship now, and now actually he can kind of sandwich Terror in the center of the map, because Terror's got to put a lot of defense at the top. So here we go. He's going to try and catch these tanks, like I was saying. Here we go. There's 1 tank down. Goodbye.
And boom goes the dynamite.
He's got +2 also, so that's huge for him. Only 2 shots instead of 3.
There's a Cloak Wraith switch coming in from Terror. He hasn't built up critical mass for Rays, but he just finished Cloak, and he's building more and more Rays there, so he's going to save that one. This battle is so hectic at the 12 o'clock base, but it's also kind of dripping down into that like 9 o'clock base, and there's that high ground that was just retaken from Mad, so it's not just about this one location.
Well, he does have the command center going up.
There's 1 Cloak Wraith just for a little bit of vision. He's being annoying with it, but it's not like it's going to kill the command center or the science facility. Oh, and he's actually going to lose the 1 Cloak Wraith, so. Oh! 8 HP.
And the tank can still see that command center actually gets canceled, and Terror's 3rd base is up and running. So this is huge for Terror. Even though supplies are still dead even, Terror's in a fantastic spot. These 4 dropships need to go to the right side. There's too many tanks at the top. He can't stop it. He needs to either fly to the top, doom drop the main, or fly to the bottom, doom drop mid-right, and even up these bases. Or he can bust this, the 4 tanks at the bottom. This could be his way back into the game. Try and go for split map scenario.
Yeah, he's just going to fly right over top there, easily take out these tanks. He might lose a couple of units, but taking out that tank wall allows him to take that 3rd base and also frees up the bottom left-hand corner if he wants to go down there and clear that out. But the biggest thing is that Terror's wall only works if you're fighting over the 12 o'clock base. And now that Matt has taken out that 9 o'clock base tank wall, he's free to completely flank Terror on the bottom side of the map.
And this is perfect play from Terror. You saw that he moved a lot of his army from the top side because he saw Medino moving to the bottom side. He's not one of the Terrans that just put tanks there and never looks back at them once they're in siege mode. You always want to reposition your tanks over and over. It's a sign of really good Terran play. Oh god, if he gets it on this high ground with vision, he can siege all of these tanks.
Keep in mind, it's also +2 versus +1. Matt has the upgrade advantage.
No!
So, oh my god, he doesn't see the tanks. Ooh, so scary. Thankfully, it's only +1 and not +2. I was a little bit worried there. Where did all our dropships go?
Well, these tanks are out in a
there
really awkward position. And it opens up mid-left. He sent all of his attack to the bottom right. Now there's no defense at mid-left. He's scrambling to send drops here, but there's so much Terror. This 1 Wraith, it could even pick off the dropships too.
Well, it sees that the tanks aren't in position just yet. Terror sieging up with a vastly superior army. There's almost nothing here to defend from Matt, and Terror will shut this base down again. He doesn't cancel it, so it's going to lift and run away. Actually, might just die here to the Goliath as the rest of Matt's army retreats via the northern passage. This base gets shut down again.
Well, we're mined out now. Medino is not mining.
No money.
He can only long distance mine top middle. Terror has mid right up and running. He's got still a few minerals at his main and natural. He's golden. SCV drop. Let's go, baby.
All right. The perfect look. They might not be able to attack under Dark Swarm, but they make perfect SCV bombs. He's actually just going to go do that right now.
Wraith and Goliath are just going to take it out, though.
Okay, yeah, you lose the dropship and the SCV inside. So, Trying to now take this 12 o'clock location as the mass exodus of SCVs has completed. The command center will take a little bit longer to get up there, though.
Oh, there's the third command center. I was wondering if he even had a third command center to actually transfer to top middle. He does, but it's going to actually take like 2 minutes to get there and land.
And even still, that middle base is so vulnerable, especially if we get later on into the game. It'll be very, very difficult to defend. I mean, at the meantime, Terror has a lot of units just kind of isolated at that 9 o'clock base, not really doing anything. So finally, he's going to reposition those, give up that base, or give up holding that, just leave one tank behind, and then try to reposition here. And I like that Terror has kind of mixed in a couple of these patrolling raids to give him a better idea of where Medino's army is or isn't, like anywhere in the middle of the map.
Oh, that's a nice move from Medino. Trade in SCV for a tank. Really good play right here. May even get a third tank. Can you get it?
So you can get a couple more autos off.
He
got one more shot. Yeah, it doesn't save the SCV, but mission accomplished.
So when you position SCVs like that, the tank does full damage from the splash to the to the other tank. So that's why he reloaded it into the dropship. But look how much Terror has. He's had enough of this.
50 supply.
It's time to go.
Yeah.
All that he's lacking is a vessel and D matrix, and this would be 100% bustable.
Well, he is going for it. There was an upgrade disadvantage earlier, but I think
he still has disadvantage.
Okay,
still
yeah, so it's +1 versus +2. There's no vultures here to defend the tanks, but there's actually no vultures on either side. The tanks are just trying to A-move through all of this, and I think Terra just has an overwhelming advantage.
Yeah, he easily busts through here. There's no money for Medino. He just now started mining again, so he can't even really build units. Look at the production tab. There's nothing. So this is it.
I mean, that was a little bit of a better hold from Mad than I expected it to be, but it doesn't matter because Mad just can't rebuild his army.
Yeah, he just doesn't have any units at all. If he moves any of his units at the top, Terra just instantly attacks there. Finally, Medino finds these units at bottom right. Imagine if he actually had that coming from the back.
Yeah, if he had left that position and just moved back up, he actually could have like sandwiched that, win it very cost effectively, counterattack. I don't know.
Yeah, that
wishful thinking.
That actually would have probably been the throw that he needed. But now Terra's pushing to the natural, and these units are still out of position.
I'm waiting to see if he like makes a mistake. Nope, he is going to siege up just in the nick of time. That one SCV from Terra scouts the reposition of Mad's armies, so super crucial. And now it's like this one Mad strike force out on the map.
Well, even though he didn't catch the tank just yet, the one good thing that Medino has going for him is now if he sets up a tank line here, Terra can't reinforce. So he can try and sandwich from the back. It looks like he's got his eyes set on the third base, though. He's got to be careful not going too deep, though.
I mean, he is about as deep as it gets. And if you look at the mini map, you can see Terra unsieging and repositioning for just a massive sweep over this army. Yeah, there's just not enough here. There's like 5-6 tanks left, and that is not going to last very long. Terra A moves once again. He's doubling up in the SCV count, in the army count. He's 100 supply up. I don't know if this is getting any better for Matt as the game goes on, Naoki.
Yeah, there's just not enough for Mad. No econ. Terra still doesn't have a fourth base, so it's not like Terra's econ is great either. It's just he's traded too effectively. Those units were not found by Medino in time for the sandwich at top left. Now Terra can just push to victory. There's just one tank. There's not enough. Goodbye.
Yeah, I think this is just about it. I mean, that 12 o'clock base is the only thing keeping Matt in this game. I think he tried to like float down to the 9 o'clock base, but that didn't work. Oh, he floated down to the bottom left-hand corner. He's going to try to mine from a secret base down there.
I'm not even convinced that's a command center.
You sure? I thought he floated his natural down there. No, his natural's still there. What am I talking about? Oh, no, it's a barracks. All right, never mind. Wishful thinking. Look, guys, I'm trying to get Mad back in this game through caster shilling alone, but it's not working out. Okay, now he's lifting his natural command center only because it was getting targeted. Now he's going to float down and take that secret base I was trying to make him take earlier. But I think this is just going to be the Terror death blow. Takes out this one base, and he'll try to reclaim the 9, but Terror can just kill anything he sets its sights on now.
Yeah, and now he has double vessel, so he's got multiple defense matrix. So he can bust through any position he wants. There's only 4 tanks. Double D Matrix is going to be crazy. It's going to soak up so much damage. Here he comes. He's got his eyes set on mid left. This has got to be the last stand for Medino. He just doesn't have anything.
Nope. He's got 4 tanks versus
D-Matrix.
about 4 times as many tanks. He's trying to get that. And there's the D Matrix soaking up the first few shots, and Terra just A moving through. This is gonna do it. Right as the command center lands, it's gonna have to lift off again. But I think in reality, this is just it.
Well, mid left got denied. Medino's still holding on, trying to kill these tanks. He's doing what he can with what he has. He just doesn't have enough.
Yeah, he just doesn't have basically anything. I think his army's like 2 tanks, 3 vultures, and a dream.
And now Terra has bottom right, so now he finally has his 4th base. He's got a Goliath and a Vulture there, so this Vulture run by that looks like it might go bottom right is going to get denied. Tank set up at mid left, deny it. Goliath even intercepts that drop ship. It fell.
Looking bad.
So now he can't get outside of his base really at all. More vessels coming in for Terror. So he's going to have so much defensive matrix. Here comes those Vultures. I think once he sees this, it's GG.
Yeah, no counterattack possible. Perfectly well defended. Mad, this is a best of 1. So the winner of this game advances on to the round of 16. And it looks like Terror is poised to take that trip up to the next round of BSL Season 9. Okay, one lonely scouting tank. When you can afford to scout with tanks, that's how you know you may be in a good spot in the game. 70 supply lead, and yeah, Mad is.
I love the chat. Adventurous tank. Yes.
He's on an epic quest. That did not end very well, but let's just say Mad's tank's epic quest is not going to end very well either. He positioned pretty well. All he needs is a scan and a dream.
Double dropship again. He's trying to go bottom left. But it's just Vultures, though. What can these really do? It's 3 tanks versus 5 Vulture drop. D Matrix can just nullify anything.
50 SCVs to 20. And that middle base is actually going to mine out pretty soon here. Okay, man, look at Mad try to stay in this game. He is really doing the utmost.
Uh-oh, D Matrix. Where are we going, though? Going to the top?
He's got to position the tanks. Okay, so he pulls out the D Matrix tanks, runs an SCV in, runs the D Matrix tanks in. Yeah, 1A, 2A, 3A, and this is just not going to end well.
And once this base goes down, Medino's not mining anywhere
That's
else.
it.
Yeah, this is it now. There's not enough. There's only SCVs and 2 tanks, and he doesn't even have to range the tanks anymore. Just range to the command center, and it's already low. If he focus fires it 3 times, I think it actually just dies. 1. Nope, he's going to be, he lifts. So it's basically killing it, because we're not mining now.
Yep, no more mining, and you can't even mine at the 9 o'clock base there, because, I guess there's no SCVs. So he's continually trying to carpet bomb. Oh, wow! Actually cleans up 3 tanks by just dropping 2 on top of them. So, look, Matt is he's doing the utmost, but it might take a little bit more than that.
Surprisingly, for how dead Medino is, it's not like Terra's maxed. It is still only 120. I mean, it's crazy how much damage he's actually doing with so little.
I mean, he has 17.
I know he
SCVs.
has. I know he's dead, but it's like, how has he been so cost effective?
It's not even about like mind games, because there's no game after this for Terror. If he wins, he just wins. All right, that's it. He finally decided he was not maybe going to win the game. So, I'm glad he came to that realization. Congratulations to Terror for advancing on to the round of 16 with 2 quick wins in a row. What I thought the favorite of this group makes it out in first place. So I don't think that's a mystery to anybody.
Yeah, and Medino looks better than he did last season.
Yeah.
Didn't he get top 16 last season?
He did.
But he looks much better than he did last season. Like, you can actually notice that it's much better, and you can see it reflected in the MMR also. 2400. I don't remember exactly what it was last season, but off the top of my head, I'm thinking like 22 to 2300 range. So he looks really good, and I actually think he might be the favorite to get second.
Really?
Even though Abby Love got top 8 last season, this is how good Medino looks right now. I actually like Medino a lot right now to get second in this group.
Okay, well, we are going to take a quick break in between our groups, or in between our matches in the group. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the 2 more best of 3s in Group C to find out which player will be eliminated and which player will advance out in second place for Group C. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more BSL Season 9 Round of 24. All right, we're back, everybody. So thanks for sticking around. We've got more BSL on the way with the exciting conclusion of Group C, Nyokin. Who's going to take it?
Avilov versus Kryak coming up. Terran versus Zerg. We talked about this being a Terran versus Terran deathmatch group. We've actually had 2 TBTs yet. There's potential to only have 2 TBTs if Avilov makes it out.
Wow, we've got... okay, so cross your fingers, guys. We want 9 hours of BSL content. Actually, if this game goes, or if this series goes long enough, we can just cast this group of BSL into the next group of BSL, into the next group of BSL the next day, if it goes long enough. Cross your finger. Okay. We do have another group after this. We're doing Group D tonight, and then we're doing Groups E and F tomorrow. So the entire group round of 24 in 3 days. How do they do it? Well, we haven't done it yet, so there's no guarantees. We could just fall over while we're casting, and then I don't know. Maybe Zero would have to come on and cast by himself.
Yeah, he can cast. Can bring Bonnet on. I saw him streaming a few hours
ago. Oh yeah,
ago.
that's right. Bonnet gave us a sick host, so big thanks to Bonnet for that. I don't know. Maybe Zero and Mrs. Zero can come cast. That'd be my favorite podcast ever. Anyway, we've got our final series, or the elimination series coming up next, and then our final series of Group C, because we still don't know who's going to make it out in second place. So before we find that out, we have to eliminate one of the players from Group C, and who's going to be? Avilov versus Kryak. Obviously, I think Avilov has had maybe the more recent strong performance, making it to the quarterfinals, but Kryak has made it to the quarterfinals or the semifinals. Wait, what? Oh, it's like Gosu League? Gosu League, yeah. I was like, wait a second. Made it to the semifinals of Gosu League. So, look, that's got to count for something, right?
Yeah, and Gosu League is not easy.
No.
Like, there are really good players there. Like, when I played it, Nagram was in it. It was very difficult to get through. Cadenzi made it through this season. Favorite made it through also, I think.
Yeah.
But Avilov, he made top 8 last season, so he's very good. I love this picture from Avilov, actually. Like, the fact that we can see the fist. I love it. Look at it.
Kryak's busy like leaning into the camera to see if it's going to take a picture or not. In the future, we'll make sure that all of our players have fighting gangster poses so that they look as intimidating as possible right before they type on their keyboard to win a virtual victory against somebody on the internet. But anyway, let's get into game number 1. It's on the map Neo Sylphid, and it is a best of 3 to find out which player will be eliminated from the BSL Season 9. All right, here in the bottom left-hand corner in the teal as Terran. From Germany, it's Kryak.
And in the bottom right, in the gray, it is Avilov.
Is that gray or black?
Or black.
Okay.
One of them.
I think black Zerg is probably my favorite color combination. Black, gray Terran, or like silverish Terran, and then I don't know what Protoss is. Well, my favorite. Yeah. No Protoss.
Kryak, he plays with people like Eon Zerg, so his Terran versus Zerg is very good, very, very good. I remember him playing versus Machine in, was it STPL? And just ran Machine over on Talcross. Machine,
I don't remember the time Media played in STPL.
Yeah,
it was a million years ago.
A million years ago. But his Terran versus Zerg is very good. But one thing that struck me about Kryak was I don't remember seeing him play mech almost ever. He seemed to be like a really hardcore bio player, somebody like hardcore enough to the extreme, like 4GG used to play hardcore.
Oh God.
Marine medic. So unless I'm missing something here, I don't expect to see Goliath play from him. We also don't really expect it because there's no wall here. So everything so far looks like Marine medic just from the get-go.
All right. Yeah, I might expect that from Kryak. That's the style he played a year ago at the 20th anniversary tournament, which is the only place I've ever seen him play in person. So we'll see what happens. For Abby, I'm still wondering if he's kind of studied those new school clean or zero builds that we saw him pull out against Flash. And obviously, if it's good enough to beat Flash, it's good enough to beat just about anybody. But you can't just like do it blindly. So we'll see what's going on. It's not going to be a fast expo though. It is pool first. He is going to expo after that, but it's not quite the 12 hatch eco opener that you go if you're super confident.
Yeah. Overpool opener. Now, if this was something, or if this was an overpool versus somebody like Terror, would really not be a fan of it because he's going to be walling a lot. But versus someone like Krog, who going into it, I don't expect him to wall at all. This does have potential to deal a lot of damage. Luckily for Krog, he does get a first scout off. Now, I was saying in the previous game that Avilov is really like a 3-hatch player. So we'll have to see, is this going to be overpool 3-hatch or is it going to be overpool gas? No gas so far. So it looks like we're going to have another 3-hatch play. I'm a really big fan of overpool 2-hatch gas, but that's not what we're seeing from Avilov. 6 lings are going to come out. It's going to force a couple SCVs off the line. But Crack, he's already set up. Really shouldn't deal much damage, but he may have to build his command center in his main and just float it.
He's going to get these SCVs in a good position. I don't know if that's Ling tight actually on the right-hand side. It's close. I'm going to call it Ling tight for now. Yeah, he's just going to turn around. You don't want to really commit your SC or your Lings at this point in the game.
Oh, 3rd hatch at mid-right. At Jaeyoon. Where's Jaeyoon in the chat?
We're building on location hatcheries versus Terran.
And this is a big scout for Crack because he sees the gas timing. There's no way that this is a 2-hatch build. He sees no 3rd hatch. Now, what a lot of Zergs will do is they'll hide the hatch at the top side of their base because it's super hidden up there. Why would it ever be there?
Right.
Or it's at another base. And we see that Avilov has put it at another base. But Crack should already know that this is a 3rd hatch somewhere, most likely at another main. So we should see 2 racks Tech Academy come in, try and put pressure on mid-right. But this is Sylphid with a ramp. He can just sunken it up there. And this is leading up into most likely Ling Ultra, maybe Ensnare mixed in.
Now that would be that's the icing on the cake, the creme de la creme of Zerg builds, and actually one that Abby's pulled out in BSL before. He's definitely a fan of the Ensnare, but Ensnare is really most potent on the first cast when the Terran player has his big scary bio ball. He's moving out to be aggressive, and all of a sudden you ensnare it, and it does nothing anymore. So super potent. But it also costs a lot of gas. Oh, another pick off in the SCV. 0 information for Cryok.
No information, but he should already have all the information he needs. The only thing he lacks is it Hydra or is it Spire? It looks like he wanted to build a Hydra den. Okay, it is going to be Lurkers again. So everything does look like Ling Ultra. Follow-up, Bunker coming in because I think Cryok knows that Avilov knows that this is going to be a timing.
Yeah.
So he wants to make sure that he doesn't lose these Marines, because if he loses these Marines, this 3rd base is up basically for free for Avilov. So Bunker coming in, I like it to make sure he doesn't lose his potential Marine Medic attack in the next few seconds.
Lair finishes, Ling speed started, now about halfway done, and where's that Queen's Nest?
Yeah, we're going to
waiting.
Straight Queen's Nest pretty soon. Maybe not right now, maybe an Evolution Chamber first.
Well, he's going to go Lurker first.
There's
and so,
Evolution
yeah.
Chamber.
So we've got Lurker aspect just now started, Evo on the way, Queen's Nest soon to follow, we imagine. And I think Cryok has read this correctly. He is bunkering up, might need another one of those. He's just he's gonna pick off a Ling, maybe, nope, and it makes it away. But he's going to try to get out on the map. And I think this is one of the most important things to do against play like this, is to get out and see what's going on there. That being said, if you lose this group of Marines, you are in a lot of trouble. And he's got to know that because of this timing, there's going to be a lot of Lings out there.
Yeah, a lot of Lings. There's only 1 sunken, but I think that... Oh, he's got to be careful. Okay, he does have stim, so actually Avilov's going to lose all of his Lings here.
I love the doodad there. Not that it actually matters, because Zerglings deal melee damage, but he does kill all of those Lings, and that's a lot. It's going to force out Sunkens, which obviously puts a dent in this build.
He found it. He must have scanned it, because he's instantly going to top right. Actually, Crack can kill this base easily. There's no Sunkens. Avilov, he should have known that Cryok knows this. The gas timing was way too late. Now also he's going to get supply blocked, so it's not like he can have a mass Lurker bus counter.
Oh, he needs to morph it into a Lurker. He couldn't in time. There is 1 Lurker morphing there. He's going to try to hide the drones. The Lurker just can't morph fast enough. Man, sometimes you don't realize how slowly Lurkers morph, and it actually might just get targeted down before it burrows after it finishes morphing. couple of Zerglings come in, and can he save that hatchery? It's gonna be so close. I think it's dead.
It's gonna be taken out, and Cryok with a
Oh,
really
actually,
good...
no. The lurker burrows. He scans.
Oh, he got it.
He scans. He's done. Oh, yeah, he did. And the base is dead.
So
Big move by Cryok.
Avilov did not suspect that Cryok knew about mid-right, and this base falls for free. And then there's all those lings that he lost. Imagine if he had kept those lings.
Yeah.
And then he had like 5 lurkers, went for a huge counterattack. Maybe he could have busted just like he busted Terror. But now he really has nothing. And behind this, Cryok isn't going for the hardcore Rax play like I normally see. He's already got his tech going. He's got add-on onto the factory. He started his starport at 7:30. Everything is perfect from him. It's also only 3 racks, so he's teching perfectly. Triple bunker. He must have known that Avilov most likely was going to go for a counterattack. So this was great defense from him. He's going to get this Overlord too.
Wow, what a god. Okay, so he picks off the Overlord, which does not supply block Abby, but I mean, the lurkers are just going to be completely neutralized. And at this point, I mean, Cryok is just chilling. He's on 2 bases. He's killed like every single Zergling in the game. And I mean, the Queen's Nest is coming up, but I mean, it's got a combo, right?
Yeah, and I love the fire bats that Cryok built here, because fire bats just melt Ling Lurker once there's a counterattack. Wow, he's probably just gonna just bust through here so easily.
Wow.
Really good control. 3 lurkers taken out for almost no losses. Cryok in complete control of this game. He's even gonna follow up with tanks. He's really gonna put the pressure back on to Avilov. And Avilov, how do you stop a tank, vessel, marine attack when you've lost every single unit you've thrown at him? He's down 25 workers.
You
too.
you just ensnare the tanks.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, easy. I mean, I think the ensnare hitbox is like as big as a tank, but you know, moral victory nonetheless. Well, I mean, the bio ball's out there. If you can ensnare that, take that out, maybe burrow some lurkers underneath it as it can't run away. I mean,
oh god,
maybe
the hatchery finishes and he's there right when it pops. So these Marines are going to kill this hatchery. Lurkers are even going to get intercepted. At least these Marines are stuck here at mid-right, but killing the 3rd base. Oh, is he really going to go
run up? I mean, he can just turn and kill the lurkers.
He should not try and defend this. He's going to lose these lurkers so easily.
Yeah, just one easy scan.
Wow, Avila's playing with fire. He really wants to save it, but there's no way he can save it.
I mean, yeah, what, with 2 lurkers? I think
now
not.
He just loses it.
Yeah, now the lurkers are dead, the lings are dead. Yeah, and that's a complete tragedy. Abby, man, game 1 is not going his way. He loses the base again. Even these lurkers coming up here, it's going to take him so many times of burrowing, unburrowing, burrowing, unburrowing to try to take this bio ball out.
Yeah, and because he sends all these lurkers up here, now Cryok knows where they are. So something like a hidden lurker field in the center of the map, which can change the tide of a game, that's never gonna... Is he just gonna run through?
No! Oh my god.
Well, he saved some of them. It's more than I thought. He saves a medic and 2 Marines. That's better than anything.
And he gets a drone? The bonus zone is here. Cryok found it. And not only does he deny that 3rd base, that means this has been 2 hatched the entire game. Finally, more coming up in the main, but like, I mean, oh, wow. He built a ton of Zerglings that aren't drones to try to kill that. It's 60 SCVs to 23 drones. And Cryok, like, he's going to think about expoing soon.
Yeah, here comes the tank push. It's 3 tanks. This is enough to bust through the natural really fast. If you watch Flash versus Zero, that 1 tank push, it really can't work because there's just not enough DPS to try and actually bust through the sunken line fast enough. But with 3, you can get through here very quickly. So Avilov on the brink of just going down 0-1 unless he can get these ultras out or something to actually push these tanks back. Oh, he defensive matrix something. Or was it a radiate?
No, I think it was a radiate. Yeah, radiated one of the lurkers. I mean, it's still there, but just trying to buy time, force these tanks to stay sieged a little bit longer. Moving forward again. Does he have another irradiate? No, it's just giving vision.
Look how fast these Sunkens die, and the tanks will just one-shot these lurkers. So Avilov, he needs his ultras. He's got the first one coming out, but he doesn't have +2 armor. He doesn't have the +4 on the ultras just yet. So there's no big power spike for him. We see that +1 melee is also coming in, but his natural is just going to die. And then we're going to be 1 gas ultras.
1 gas ultras. That's the build. Obviously not working as intended. So trying to move forward, get a couple of shots off on these Marines. Some spines take him out, but there's just nothing left behind this. He stems forward, takes out the final remaining lurkers, killing overlords for free, and Yeah, one ultra, not gonna cut it. GG, Abby taps out of game number 1. That'll be Cryoc, 1-game lead.
Yeah, so Croc looked really good in this game, and Avilov definitely did not realize that Croc knew that he didn't realize that Croc knew what he was going for, because you would have expected even just one sunken there, but he had no sunkens at all.
Yeah, no sunkens. He really didn't have any unit comp that could deal with what Cryoc had, and I mean, there's nothing. He was just relying so heavily on that base being undetected. Going for that Ling trade, you remember when he like tried to take out the bio in the middle of the map? I don't know what you gain by that. Like, if you kill the bio ball, that's cool, but like if you don't, then like you risk nothing and lose nothing, and you can still defend your base. So yeah, well, that's going to do it for game number 1. Game 2 is on match point, and it is match point for Avi. So our only Zerg player in this Terran group of death. Let's see if he can thwart all of the other Terrans and make it out in spite of everything. So let's get into game number 2. It's on match point, and it starts right now. Okay, in the bottom left-hand corner, in the yellow, that's light green. We had this issue earlier. I was eating out with a friend, and we got some honey mustard, and I swear the honey mustard was green. Like, does that not look green? Am I
Looks
wrong?
a little green, but mostly yellow.
It looks the exact same color as Ash Shad in chat,
Yes.
right? And that's definitely green. This is one of those like white and gold versus blue and black dress situations here.
Okay.
Okay, Kick says it's light green.
So
I'm
it
not
must be
crazy.
it must be light green, right?
It has to be light green. Okay. Haha. That's yellow. Okay, don't do this to me, chat. That's 100% light green. What do you call the color that is a combination? So green is already yellow and blue, right?
Yes.
So then what do you call the combination of yellow and green?
We decided this last time. It's olive green, right?
Okay, all right.
Yes.
I'm okay with that compromise, okay? No, it's not lime. Lime is too light.
Look, Ash Shad said what I said. Olive green.
Olive green. Okay,
Just
all
go
right.
with Ash
All
Shad.
right, okay. Mission accomplished. We solved it, guys. The mysteries of Broodmore. We're solving
Well,
here on
we've
BSL.
got Avilov with another fast scout. We saw this versus Terror, but even though he saw the fast scout come out from Terror, he didn't instant pull. So I'm curious what he's looking for with this. Is he looking to see if it's 14cc? What is he actually looking for? Because I was kind of confused last game. Is he trying to go for 3 hatch before pool, maybe?
I mean, look, that's about as greedy as it gets. He's going to scout and make sure that it's not like a CC first or anything stupid like that. But no way he gets this SCV. He's one hit away.
No way. He got it last
He's
time.
2 hits. Moving shot. He's going for
Is
it.
it him? Is
Deep
it Larva?
in the mineral line.
Is it Zero? Is it Larva?
Well,
He's trying to find it.
Okay, he
Can't
could
find it.
Oh no, he did find it.
No, he didn't find it. He's sharking though. Oh, he
Oh,
found
through
it!
the middle line! Oh my god, no way. He's got one more hit on it, but the drone's only at 35 HP, so gonna continue being annoying. Doesn't really want to fight straight up, so
Well-
nice try.
Well, I'm looking at his money. Okay, it was at 250. I thought we were actually gonna have 3 hatch before pool, but it is just standard 12 hatch. Was it a 14 pool? So a greedy opener from Avilov, but not getting punished for it. Ooh, drone just being annoying, just getting pot shots left and right. Even gets stuck on the SCV.
Really? Okay. Well, finally okay. I love how there's a Marine and he still turns around for an extra shot.
The drone's telling that SCV, "You will remember me.
Really?
I'll be back."
That's right. And the drone regens hit points. The SCV doesn't.
Yeah.
Money. Okay. That's what it is. Great job, Avi. You're really winning the game. But in the end, both players get full scouts of their opponents. And Cryoc can see that it's not that 3 hatch before pool, but it is a 3 hatch build, and you can see that interstitial hatchery. That's what I'm calling it now.
3 hatch before pool. We've got hatchery in the main base, so Croc sees exactly where it is. No shenanigans going on. Now this time we may see Croc going to 5 racks now that he knows where the hatchery is. Also 5 racks, amazing versus... Ooh, Ooh, is he gonna catch this Overlord? I think he is. Match
Oh, yeah,
point.
he sees it.
Oh, the Overlord is way out of position. That's a
Wow.
dead Overlord.
Oops.
That's a huge supply block too. He's now got to spend money on an Overlord. Could delay his lair too. He's gonna also not be able to deal drones for a long time.
Well, and the Overlord that you build to replace that is way back at home. It's never going to float across the map again. You lose total vision of the natural expansion and the ability to run that into the main to scout anything. So for now, Avilov's kind of flying blind for the next few minutes. And at least he knows there's a command center, so it's not like a one-base build. But definitely in the dark for now.
Was this going to trigger some type of all-in from Abilov? Because I know some Zergs get so tilted to lose their first or second Overlord that early. But it doesn't look like Abilov is going... Ooh, there we go.
Okay, Evo on the way.
Call Artosis, because this is the build he hates the most. It is fast carapace, but SCV is going to get in and scout it.
Wow. Oh, or will it?
It
Oh,
will.
I thought it was going to get blocked by that. But yeah, SCV going all the way in. He's going to see the Evo. Oh, everything revealed. This is like an issue of the National Enquirer. It's where you find out everything that nobody wants you to know. Is the president an alien? Is there an Evo chamber in your opponent's base? The tell-alls in the pages of this game.
Well, this is going to be 5-rack style, or at least it was going to be, but we don't know now that Kryak has scouted it. You definitely don't want to be behind in upgrades versus Crazy Zerg, and 5 racks you go into armor afterwards. So he may kind of deviate from here, get a super fast factory to match the upgrades. Usually versus a carapace this fast, that means they're going to have like 1030 plus 4 armor ultras. So you better hit your starport timing. So we may see that switch up here.
I mean, this is still game point for Kryak. So if Abby doesn't win this, he's out of the tournament. So he's got to pull out the exact build he needs to hang on here. Otherwise, he is dead. And for Kryak, he in some ways just has to hang on. He's got a bunker. He's, it's not like a wall or anything. He's going 4 racks, 5 racks behind this. So he should have plenty to deal with it.
Yeah, 5 racks versus Ling Lurker. And Avilov most likely is just going to camp on, well, as I say, it looks like bottom right is going to get taken. But it's going to be very hard for him to take bottom right, especially since he's spending a lot of gas to get into Hive quickly, to get Carapace quickly. He's going to not really have that many lurkers, and also he's going to have to defend his natural versus the 5 rack. So I don't know if he's actually going to be able to get up bottom right, but Kryak does need to be careful with his 5 racks, because if he doesn't match the upgrades plus 4 ultras, they're deadly. And you know that Avilov's just going to be sitting there banking gas. He's already banking so much gas right now. He's already at 550.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least we know what's coming. Kryak can probably figure that out, at least based on scouting that, evolution chamber. There's a base coming down in the bottom right-hand corner in the meantime, so we're going to have plenty of larva. And this time, I don't think Kryak knows that base is there, so we're not going to have any crazy base snipes unless he can figure things out and head down there.
Now, one of the benefits of having the Carapace, even if you don't go ultras, is you are going to have a really strong Ling Lurker bust potential. So this hatchery could be bait again, like what he did versus Terror, and then go for an instant counterattack. And with the armor upgrade, it's going to be so impactful. So we may see just an instant counterattack if he decides to just give up bottom right. He's morphing like 7 lurkers. So that is a potential. You can see Kryak scouting around the top side.
Yeah, he thinks he's going to cancel that upper left-hand base, but it's not there. Aha! The mind games.
Yeah, he must know that Avilov likes to take this base, because this is really an uncommon base to take top left. But here comes that Ling Lurker bust, like I was saying.
Well, it is going to get scouted by this SCV coming out, sees everything. There are like 3 bunkers built here, so this is perfect defense from Kryak.
Yeah, good defense so far. Kryak luckily only sent out a few units. This is only 7 Marines.
Oh no, he's going to get 2 Overlords here. This bio hit squad. I mean, he won't be at home to defend, and he is actually running forward, trying to take out the forward bunker. The repairs coming through, and the spines are only just targeting like single SCVs at a time, but there's still, I don't think, enough to keep the repair going. The bunker is going to fall, and the Marines loses 2 of them inside of it.
And he lost a scan there. He scanned right when the bunker fell, so he's actually down a scan now. And if, oh, how many scans did he have left? That was another scan. So I think he might have thought it was in range. I don't know how many scans he doesn't have range.
Oh my god, he doesn't have a range. That's gonna make killing these lurkers almost impossible. I mean, certainly it doesn't. So he scanned to try to like get hits off with the Marines in the bunker, but they don't have range, so they can't actually hit the lurkers.
Well, this is the problem with 5 racks, is he has all these Marines, but he's not able to do anything with it. Those 7 Marines that are out on the side of the map, that's a decent army, but it's not enough to actually deny bottom right. And look at this hive. It's already coming up. +2 armor started. Look at the tech for Kryak. There's really not much right now. He doesn't have his science facility up just yet. He doesn't have second eBay just yet. He started +1 armor. So his second weapon upgrade is really delayed. And like I said, +4, huge power spike versus 5 racks. So if Avilov just banks up some gas, he's ready to go in the next 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. He'll have +4 here. Let's see if he can burrow in time. And yeah, okay, so he does have one more scan, but I mean, he doesn't have enough to kill all of these lurkers. Second lurker running forward, burrowing. There's enough lings even just to clean this up. So that little Marine hit squad got a little bit of value earlier, but not anymore. Range does finish, and it allows him to kill one of these lurkers, and obviously running through. He's going to clear up that area, but I mean, the follow-up is just going to be even more deadly.
Yeah, Kryak's in trouble. Hive is kicked in, +2 armor's halfway done. We've got melee coming in, adrenaline's either starting or it's going to complete
About halfway
soon.
through.
So,
oh no, it hasn't started.
Avilov is in an amazing position. I also saw a big drone cycle right there. So he's going to saturate bottom right. Still no Ultralisk Cavern anywhere, I don't think. But Adrenaline and Lurk are amazing. Double dropship. This is what we saw Terror almost save the game with. Actually, he did save the game with that drop. It dealt so much damage.
And that was only one dropship. So,
but Ling sees it.
Okay, so that's huge. And there are Scourge out here. So let's see, how dumb are these Scourge? They're in position. All he has to do is click on the dropships. No! Come on. Okay, well, never mind. He's still going to try to go for it? What? Okay, yeah, he's just sharking around, seeing if there's a hole in there. And
he found an opening at the top.
No way. Yeah, he sent the Scourge down and ran into Marines. Lost the Scourge. Now he can't kill the dropships. The double drop lands.
If he snipes +2, that's game changing.
Yeah, he's going to run down there. Now, there are units back here, but it's not enough. He's going to try to find the dropships, but he can't do it in time. He's going to kill one of them. And that means these Marines are on a one-way mission, but they are going to get so much damage done here. They're actually not targeting down the upgrades, which is insane.
He needs to target down that evolution chamber. That's the most important thing. He's getting the Ultralisk Cavern, which is also important, but +2 armor is so crucial. It survives with 15 health.
Oh. Okay. So our Evo chamber, or the Ultra Den does go down. Cavern, but the upgrades are going to finish.
+2 finishes. He needs to get that first. Oh, is it going to finish? It's
oh my god,
awesome.
it's seconds away.
It does.
Okay, it does finish. And he actually targeted down the Evo chamber that had the upgrade that would finish first. So even though it's really hard to kill off this bio, eventually they'll die.
Oh, another drop.
Wow, these drops are really saving the game. Too few forces at home to defend. Lurkers are just not what you need to take out this bio. The lurker goes down anyway. It's going to be almost impossible to get lurkers behind those mineral lines.
Yeah, Kryak everywhere. I see more drops loaded in the middle of the map going to bottom right. He's going to kill this. Oh, those aren't drops. Those are vessels. He may go for Eraser at bottom right. He's everywhere. He's got so many Marines. He's going back to my style on BSL. This is original vanilla StarCraft. He's versus Eons. There are no medics allowed. Ultra goes down. I think we got an Eraser at bottom right, probably. Vessels are down there. Are they going to actually kill anything? Oh, I see them patrol. There we go.
There they are. Oh
my
man.
God.
The mass drone genocide. Everything dying there. Oh my god. The unit that has no attack deals more damage, I tell you.
10 kills on that vessel. 10.
Insane.
It's 23 drones to 51 SCVs. Avilov was in such an amazing position, but now he's falling apart. Now all Kryak has to do is get some more medics. I saw he had 4 vessels. Get 2 more vessels out. He can just irradiate for days and push through the natural.
Rebuilding spawning pool. That's how bad this is. He's also just now started that chitinous. I mean, he might actually have +5 when all said and done.
Avilov actually has a lot of resources, but he just doesn't have any gas anymore. And if Kryak attacks right now, I don't think Avilov actually can hold it off. Adrenaline didn't ever start either. It's just now starting.
Well, he lost the pool. He couldn't have started. But yeah, you're right. This is not where Avi wants to be. But, the game's not over yet. Kryak still has to move across the map and actually deal this damage.
Here we go. 6 vessels. he can go anywhere he wants. Avilov still has a good bank, but Cryok's army is huge. 150 to 67. There's no Dark Swarm either to save the day. So Avilov possibly within a few seconds of tapping out and being eliminated from this group, and Cryok on the brink of moving on to the decider match versus Medino.
Okay, so I mean, this is it. This is the moment. He's actually moving down to the bottom right instead, or well, he's just passing through the middle of the map. So let's see if he chooses to take out that bottom right or try to go through the natural. I like that he's just softening it up right now. Oh, baiting out baiting out the Scourge.
It's okay. He's still got so many vessels.
Yeah. Well, there's a bunch more Scourge left.
He needs to be careful to not lose all of them. Yeah, can he actually get up this ramp? I don't think so.
Oh, we forgot.
Oh, a drop into the main again. Lurkers and Lings. Nice.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
It's only one. It's only one.
Okay, so it's not double stacked. There's more actually up top. So they might get off a couple of nice shots here, but in the end, they will be cleaned up. And that means this base is going to get shut down. We're only on 30 drones to start with. And after this, we're going to be like, what? Not single digits, but close.
I think Cryok also has +2 weapon himself. So he's even on upgrades for now. +3 armor is going to kick in for Avilov pretty soon, but there's not any critical mass Ultralisk, so they can't overwhelm the bio ball. Also, BCs are coming out. Still so much bio from Cryok. The only thing he's lacking right now is taking a third base. Everything else is perfect from him. I think he's about to do it. There's nothing here. There's one Ultra.
Yeah, but that one Ultra is going to have +5 armor.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, look, if there's anything that can do it, it's emergency Ultras. He's about to have 1, 2, 3. Oh, they're stuck. They're stuck in the main. Okay, now they're unstuck. Okay, so he's got like what, 4 Ultras?
There he goes. He's going for it. Just need D-Matrix on these Marines, and there's no way Avilov can hold this D-Matrix on one of them. 2 D-Matrix.
Oh my god.
3, 4 D-Matrix.
Are these Marines like on 2 or 1-to-1? So many matrices happening here. But actually, the Irradiate is going to help the Ultras wipe out the bio ball a little bit faster. He's going to lose the medics, so that's going to take some time to kill off. And man, the power
+5
+5 armor. Yeah, keeping those Ultras alive. But I mean, he's only on 2 bases now.
Yeah, he's trying to take top middle and bottom middle. Bottom middle is going to get eliminated, but he's still going to have he's expanding everywhere. Luckily for him, like I said, Cryok doesn't have a third base up and running, but once it gets up and running, he's in trouble.
Yeah, I love that he actually lets the hatchery complete. I'm not sure if that's just to delay the command center, but yeah, let's keep an eye. Oh, is he gonna see that?
81 to 175.
Well,
if there was Dark Swarm, he still has a chance, but no Dark Swarm.
Well, there's no Scourge either, so these science vessels are actually just gonna kill everything.
These Ultras, they want in there. 4 Ultras in a dream. Can he do it?
I mean, there's no D-Matrix, so...
1 Ultra could have done it, +5 armor.
Yeah. I mean, even that 1 Ultra that has like 10 HP finally dies, so a moral victory for the Marines. Killing off that 1 Ultra, but as soon as they get irradiated, I mean, the armor's not going to matter anymore.
First BCs are out. He's got 2 more coming, so he's going to have 4 BCs. He's still lacking on medics. C key was taken out of his keyboard. That's the medic hotkey. But everything else from Cryok is great. He's still up workers. He's got his 3rd CC coming up at the minerals. He's got a floated command center at bottom middle, but it's denied for now. I think this is, damn, he has 9 barracks. Didn't even notice that.
Jeez.
But you can see he is getting low on minerals. He's mined out in the main. If Avilov had more going for him right now, he would still, I mean, he's still in it, I guess, but he needs to be able to kill the vessels in BC.
Oh, man.
+3 weapon about to kick in for Terran, too.
Jeez Louise. Look, we know it's difficult. You don't have to make it any worse. I mean, the Ultra is coming out was like a nice breath of fresh air, but it was only 1. And now he's going to need to keep breathing to stay alive any longer. There's my medical analogy. Saving the upper left and taking 12 o'clock, I mean, that's something, but there's no drones there. And he's only just now on 40. Let's see if he can scourge these BCs. Gets one. Oh, the clutch D-Matrix. Actually, the second one stays alive at the end, too. He actually kills the command center there, which is somewhat surprising. But is this 4 going to kill the BCs? Watch it. Watch it. Disappointed.
Well, this is going to be Avilov tapping out. Look how much yellow there is.
Jeez.
There's just so much bio, and now Ultra's going to funnel up a ramp. No chance. So
yeah.
Cryok is going to move on. And a really good TVZ right here.
Yep, that's it. Nothing gonna take those out. He is actually. Oh, he dematrixed the last BC. Maybe it will actually get taken out there. It's gonna be close battle.
Avilov actually has top middle, and Krog doesn't know about it.
Oh, he's one shot away. There's a 20 HP left on that BC. Oh, the second morphing spore crawler or spore colony kills it. Some hatching ultras with +5 armor, but this is +3 bio, so those will die in no time. Upper left's getting taken out, and this is gonna do it.
Well, you would think, but Avilov fighting on. He's still got top middle. He's still got a couple ultras out on the map. He's still popping ultras in the main. They did kill a decent chunk of Marines. And these hatcheries in the front are actually buying Avilov time to get some ultras.
I mean,
there.
Krayok's not mining.
Yeah, he's not mining. That's the thing. He hasn't transferred SCVs to bottom middle either. Now they're nope, those aren't SCVs. Oh, he did transfer.
Yeah, I mean, he's mining with like 5 SCVs right now. So, I mean, actually, Krayok has no money. Oh, he's got a huge gas bank. So maybe he can get some hashtag value. And he's actually still got just a giant army. So I still think this game is over, but...
I keep seeing ultras popping out.
I mean, he's got BCs, though. He can't afford to build a million Scourge.
Oh, yeah, he is kind of gas-starved at this point. But are there ultras coming from the back? I think there are. Nope, those are drones.
Yeah.
So similar.
Well, yeah, they both come from larva, so you figure that part out. But
look at this, though. Avilov almost kills the entire bio ball.
I mean, you got Zerglings popping out. Oh, that's it. See? NP. GG. That's going to do it. Abby taps out. Krayok will survive. Live to fight another day. Or actually, next. Wow, what a game. That was really impressive. I did not know what to expect from Avilov as the sole Zerg player in this group, but I think he put up a really strong fight. It's just that we've got some very, very strong Terran players in this Terran death.
And Krayok caught him with a few drops, and that changed. Avilov almost survived. Imagine if one of those drops just didn't do as much damage. He still had a chance, but just wasn't his day today. But Krayok moves on, and now we're going to have a rematch of Medino versus Krayok. And we'll see if that Goliath was actually a fluke.
Well, yeah, anytime you type something right before you leave the game, like it's a little bit salty. So now we've got a full best of 3 coming up as our next series. And, you know, I don't know how to call this. Obviously, it was, I guess, a close best of 1 earlier, but you can't really know which way it would have gone. It was just a best of 1. So now we really get a chance to see whether or not it was the Goliath positioning or whether or not there was more going on. In the end, it is also a Terran TVT. So, wait, I don't know why I specified that it was a Terran TVT. Look, okay, it's almost 4 a.m. So I've got some minor excuses here. Either way, I think it was easy to look at this group and see that Terror was the clear favorite, but kind of hard to say who's going to come out in second place. Krayok is looking super solid. I think Mad played that match versus Terror very well, but I mean, that's Terror we're talking about. So Mad, he's maybe on an upswing. I don't know what to think about Krayok because he is coming up from Gosu League, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I've only seen Krayok play TVZ. That TVT was the first time I saw him play anything other than TVZ. So he looked pretty good in the TVT. It's all about positioning. He had good positioning at certain moments. Medino did too. But in the end, it was just Medino a little bit too strong.
Well, we're about ready to get into our first game of the last series of Group C. And keep in mind that after Group C, we're also doing Group D immediately following that. So it's going to be a long night. So let's figure out who is going to advance out in second place. Is it going to be Medino or Krayok? Let's find out as we get into our last series of the night on the map, Neo Sylphid. Okay, all right, here we go. It's time to start our last series of the night. In the bottom left-hand corner, playing Terran in the blue. I was about to have that color distinction again. In the blue, from Germany, it's Krayok.
And in the bottom right, as the red Terran, it is Medino. Now, I love TVT on this map in particular because since TVT is all about positioning, this is a 3-player map where it's very key to have good positioning, because if you can cut off one base, there's no equal amount of bases anymore. You've got the third main to yourself or third natural, one of them, that's going to swing the tide in your favor. So I love 3-player maps for TVT as opposed to something like Circuit Breaker where you just split it down the center. Then we got BC, Vessel, slugfest, 60 minutes. So I'm liking that we get a TVT on Sylphid here.
Yeah, I was going to say, the sun will come up eventually. So we ideally like to be a little bit further along by then. So that's why I love 3-player maps, because it's very hard to split them into. Sometimes you can maybe do it a little bit if there's like a map base in the middle, but such is not the case. So how are we going to do it? Let's see. Usually I would say that we're probably going to have some similarity in the builds, both players scouting at basically the exact same time. Actually, no, that was just to build a barracks. So this early scout from Madinho.
This is Proxy Rex.
It is. I was wishful thinking, just hoping that we were going to see him run into the base, but nope, it's Proxy Rax. And right as I talk about how the builds are probably going to be similar, Mad goes for the Proxy.
Well, it's still 12 gas for both players. Thinking back to the previous game, we had Kryak, 1 Vulture, Medino, 2 Vultures before the add-on, and then we had Tank Goliath for Kryak versus Mass Vulture Man from Medino. So we'll see if either player changes their style. This Proxy Rax, you don't actually scout Sylphid in the center very often.
Yeah.
And
if you scout wrong, you're just never going to find your opponent in time.
Yeah, so I've even lost sometimes to this exact play from Medino. You just build like 3 Marines and go with your first Vulture. The Rax never gets scouted, and it really catches you off guard. So I'm curious to see how many Vultures we have placed from or put down this time from either player. Both players have pulled off of gas. Medino's factory is a little bit later than Kryak, but not a huge deal.
Well, here comes the SCV. I wouldn't say it's the weirdest timing, but Kryak still has no idea what's happening. Let's see if he's actually going to try to block and prevent this SCV from getting into scout. I mean, I guess it's not immediately apparent. So here we go. Kryak about to see with sinking horror what awaits him on the other side of the map.
Yeah, a couple Marines being built by Medino. I really think that this is going to be 3 again. Try and get some even 4 or 5. Factory is about the same time as Kryak after the delay on the factory for Kryak. And remember, Kryak built an add-on. So if he loses his first Vulture, this game may end very quickly. SCV going to the middle is very important.
Well, I mean, he kind of figured out.
See it. Look at Medino move them. Perfect.
Oh, so he only saw 1 Marine.
Oh, no. I would have loved for him to actually use that 1 Marine to push back the SCV. It would have made it look like he's not attacking.
Right, because if he goes right now, then obviously the jig is up.
Yeah, Kryak knows. Oh, Proxy Starport.
I mean, the Vulture will be able to micro for a little bit here, but where's our Vulture? Actually, it's been stopped at the natural expansion, so all the Marines are going to die here, and they can't actually kill the Vulture. Beautiful control there by Kryak to hold this off.
Yeah, now he just needs to repair this Vulture, and then he'll have 2 versus 1. This command center is not going to get denied. And now Medino is going for a build that has to get damage done. This used to be my favorite build, 1 fact, 1 port, but not Vulture port. Actually, this Vulture gets a kill. I'm so surprised, but he went so far in that he's actually going to lose it.
Yeah, and now it's 2 Vultures to nothing. Ooh. I mean, here comes the Wraith, and obviously Vultures don't shoot up. We haven't upgraded that yet, but the Wraith itself only shoots down, kind of. So, I mean, it's still going to be annoying, but the Vulture disadvantage is...
This is a huge build order win for Kryak.
Yeah.
Because last game, we saw Tank Goliath. So there's nothing here that makes me think Kryak would do anything different. So this 1 fact, 1 port with Vulture, Wraith, I don't think there's a worse combo versus Goliath. Like, they just don't do any damage.
Nothing does anything to the Goliaths, and the Goliaths do everything to them. So, I mean, a favorable trade in the middle for Mad. He's probably going to be able to take out 1, if not both of these Vultures if he wants to chase them. Instead, just wanting to use that advantage as he goes across the map. And the armory is just now
Uh-oh.
completing, so we don't have. Oh, actually, the armory might not get up in time.
And now there's actually no more vultures for Crocs. 3 vultures can one-shot an SCV. Tank is going to take a long time to kill these vultures. 1 goes down, but actually is not as much damage as I thought. But still no Goliath in production, so it's going to be one Marine. Can he be the hero?
I don't know about that.
I don't know. He dealt 50 damage.
I was going to say,
already.
it's basically a fair fight, right? 1 Marine versus 1 Wraith. He's going to come back, try to kill off the tank. Obviously, the SCVs are going to be there to repair. It's going to take forever. And so Matt has been stymied. A second Wraith coming through, and it's going to make this Academy a little bit annoying to build. But eventually, this Goliath will be produced. And at that point, Wraiths will stop existing.
Yeah, and then Tank Goliath versus Vultures that have no upgrades. We saw double add-on going down for Medino, but still no upgrades just yet for him. Mines and speed being produced just like last game. He's loving these mines, but look at what Croc has done. He's gotten his comm set immediately. So actually, if he just builds like 1 more Goliath and 1 more tank and just goes, there is 0 chance of Croc or of Medino holding it.
Yeah, and even if there was like some crazy like cloak or something, even that wouldn't work. So yeah, Cryok is really kind of crossing his T's and dotting his I's and lowercase J's, and oh no, picking off a barracks. Wow.
Well, actually, that's a big pickoff because he doesn't have any extra factories, so he's going to be stuck on 2 for a while. But what I'd like to see him do, get range, or well, get siege first, then get range and set up a tank contain.
That'd be one way to shut it down. He still hasn't totally dealt with the Rays, so they're still going to be a little bit annoying. But he left a Goliath back at home, which is more than enough defense. And that should free him up a little bit. Although, you're right, without extra factories, he can't like really build up to a critical mass right now. And with the mines in the middle of the map, that's at least going to be annoying and at most force out scans.
So one of the benefits going for Medino right now is Vulture is very, very cheap, whereas tanks and Goliaths are very expensive. So he can actually be very cost effective with these Vultures if they can get any mine hits. He can snipe SCVs very quickly, even up the game that way. But he's down in actually tank count right now, but he's got double add-ons, so he'll be able to catch up pretty quickly. I'd also like to see his starport put an add-on, get a drop. He's already got so many Vultures that a drop into the main would be pretty nice. Here comes the tank Goliath attack that we were waiting for.
Targets down the mine. Very, very close there. Takes the Wraith down to half health.
But instant counter.
Yeah, Mad's going for it. He's going to set up a siege, but the Vultures run by, and they're already starting to kill the SCVs.
Medino's about to have siege. I don't think Croc has siege yet. So if he sieges on the high ground, are they?
Wow. Okay, so he finally actually finishes it, but I think he's actually just going for it. He's going to come down, kill off even more SCVs, break his way into the main, shut down the natural. This is a base trade.
Yeah, we got base trade going on because Cryoc can't hold it, but actually Tank Goliath is not as good as Tank Vulture in busting the nat. So, we got to save our Vultures. SCVs can deal so much damage here. Look how good they are. And also, if he just takes out the Goliath, we can just win with race.
Okay, so 2 tanks blow up, nothing but SCVs. Beautifully done there on the defense. On the other side, shutting down the natural.
Oh,
good.
no.
Oh, no, he's not lifting the command center.
1 hit.
Oh, no. Wow. It's burning down. It's 38, 37. He's going to be able to repair it in time.
So if he had kept the Vultures by those tanks with Medino kept them with the tanks, I think there's almost no chance that Crax will come back in this game. But because there's only 3 tanks there, SCVs can go and actually save the day for now. But Medino saves his natural. He's going to resaturate it. Here come SCVs. Oh my god, they're so clumped.
Oh no, he's not targeting the clumped SCVs. He's going to unsiege, and that'll allow the tanks to micro back. So he's not going to lose any tanks here. At least he shouldn't. And man, this is just dealing so much damage. 19 SCVs for Madinho, though. So Cryoc, it's a lot of room to work with.
Yeah, but he's dealing a lot of damage just moving back with tanks. He saves all of them. He should be able to catch up in SCVs pretty quickly. There's the add-on that I was waiting for. Drop is going to be so nice once he actually gets it. He has so many tanks now in comparison too, since he was able to save those 4 tanks. It's like 3 versus like 8 tanks. He can set up a huge contain outside of the nap. And he has race for vision.
Yeah, he still has those wraiths sharking around. I mean, that was actually Mad's thing, is he made this like 1 hero wraith in his first game, and it got so much damage done. And he keeps building like just 1 or 2 wraiths and getting a lot of value out of them. Okay, well, I mean, this game started off with a proxy rocks, with a proxy racks. So don't forget about that. And now we're in this situation where Cryok had a good defense, but after a crazy base trade thing, Matt has actually kind of reclaimed a large portion of the map. Let's see if he can push through this, because it's a pretty wide tank line. He actually doesn't even have to. He's just expanding again.
Menino already has a third command center. Where did he get that? Because he had 19 SCVs a minute ago. Now he's going to have triple command center. Tank shot from the top. Gets a tank for free.
Yeah, I mean, the Cryox just cannot spare any free tanks right now. This is crazy. I think Matt is just running away with this game.
He's definitely in the better position, despite Croc having better econ right now. I love the repositioning back, realizing that 4 tanks isolated is no bueno. He needs to get into a better position, a safer position. But everything is going great for Medino right now. Triple drop. Oh, this is devastating.
I love it. I love it. It's the perfect way to bypass a very limited tank line, and even though there's like 1 or 2 Goliaths that can stave off Wraiths, they can't stop 3 dropships from unloading in the back of your base.
So 3rd and 4th factory going up for Croc. I still think it's only 3 factory for Medino. 77 supply to 74 supply. I've been saying it all day long. 4 tanks, 4 vulture drop. That's what we need. That's going to be almost unstoppable. 6 tanks, even better.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, that's I mean, it's a sizable amount of tanks, so it's gonna maybe weaken the army. So if Cryok wants to try to bust out, he'll have less tanks to fight when he does it.
How does he know that a drop is coming? He's getting tanks in time.
Was there a
He
mine?
actually is building a Wraith too. Ooh, 6 tanks versus 3.
I mean, if he drops on the enemy tanks, yeah, he's actually just going to take the defending tanks out before they even get a chance to fight. More SCVs coming up, but the tanks aren't sieged, so he'll actually just be able to target them down. Targets down mines being laid by these incoming vultures. Oh my god, he's got siege tanks on the other side of the wall.
This is great.
Insane play.
Does he have any Goliaths? Because a Wraith is going to come out. We do see a Wraith switch for Cryok, so he should be able to kill these tanks eventually. Actually didn't deal as much damage as I thought, but still quite a bit of damage being done.
Oh, and actually his tanks win the fight there, so it's only 1 tank surviving, gets taken out by a Wraith. A couple of those tanks on like 12 hit points. So mission accomplished there for Matt, for Cryok defending that. But he lost so much in the end.
Here comes another drop to the bottom side. This is a better positioning. You don't have to kill factories or SCVs. If you just kill like all their depots, their armory, for example, that's huge. That's right when it's about to complete. You can see he's focusing it, but just barely not in time.
Yeah, wow, that was pretty clutch. He's gonna kill it, so it's gonna limit the Goliath production, obviously. Not really what we're worrying about, but a moral victory in the end. And the longer he stays here, the more depots are gonna die. And because he offloaded a Goliath with this, look how many Wraiths this Goliath can kill.
He's gonna kill all of them.
This is so stupid. Is he actually gonna kill all of them?
Yeah, it's a Goliath.
Oh my god. Yeah, gets the last missiles off, and he gets 3 Wraiths with 1
and now
Goliath.
He's focusing the tanks. Such a cost-effective drop.
Watch him take the slash tank out. Well, he's gonna lose the tanks to the mines. But actually, the friendly fire is not that great a trade in the end. Wow. And he's got more dropships coming in.
Relentless. Absolutely relentless. Oh no, don't drop on the mines.
Yeah. We gotta watch out for the mines.
This is still fine. Just drop here over and over and over. Get rid of these supply depots. This is exactly what he should be doing.
Oh, he's got another Goliath. Oh, he's gonna die to tank fire. So actually, these Wraiths.
Oh, he's still got
he's got another one. Where did they come from?
I think it's getting shot by that tank in the back. Yeah, it is. So the Goliath is low now, but now the Wraiths can actually kill these dropships. So finally, it's going to be shut down. Medino hasn't really been mining his 3rd base very well. So even though he has it, not really getting a huge advantage from it, but at least he's been consistently pumping SCVs.
I mean, he does still have forces surviving. Eventually, they'll be cleaned up. But actually, at the natural, or no, that was in the main. Never mind. Wraiths return. We'll be clearing out these tanks. Man, just look at the devastation. Everything on fire in the base, maybe in Cryok's head after having to be so stressed out dealing with that. And I mean, now Matt has his base totally up, or his 3rd base totally up and running. Cryok still can't mine from his own natural. He's waiting for 2 Wraiths to kill 3 siege tanks. So he's still in a great position, and he actually might be looking to expo again.
Yeah, he's gotten so much value with this drop. He's supply blocked Cryoc down to 50 supply.
Oh my god.
And he doesn't really have that many factories either. It's only 4. Meanwhile, Medino has been building factories. He's got like 6 or 7 now. SCV's still not on the mineral line just yet. I think he's forgotten about him. Every second's so crucial for Cryoc because he needs to catch up in terms of econ pretty soon. Now, one thing I didn't notice was, does either player have +2 coming? We know that Cryoc obviously doesn't because he just lost his
armory, yeah.
But-
But there's double armory actually for Mad, so he actually has +1 done. Where's, I don't know, let's click on a tank, see. Okay, it's only +1 for Cryoc, and then for Mad, I didn't catch the upgrades.
I think he already has +1 since he's already got armor going. It would make sense that he has +1 done.
Right, so we're still waiting for +2 on both sides.
And with such good map control, Medino, we were talking about how it's hard to split this map. So he needs to take bottom middle. That's an easy base for him to take, or take something on the top side, on Cryoc's side of the map. Even if you don't mine it out, just mine out all the gas, or as much gas as possible. Gas is so important in TVT. Now it looks like Medino's going to take mid right. He's got a 45 supply, a huge lead, but actually Cryoc's the one trying to take top middle, trying to actually split this map and try to go for the long game.
I mean, you got to try, right? He's down, but not out. He's still got tank lines, and if he can push through and maybe try to take that base, it's just going to take so much. I mean, look, when you bust through a big tank line, usually it's pretty costly. And he's going to fly raise through a turret. Why is that turret there? Oh my god, it's going to kill both of the rays. Oh, yes! One more hit, 8 HP left. Turrets versus rays. Not a fair matchup.
So Medino is setting up to take top middle, and look at how much red is on the map and the positioning compared to blue. He has complete control, just turrets in random position. Why is there a turret there? Is there a reason for the wraith to even be there?
Watch the
my
sniper.
God.
Oh, it almost killed the rays.
But
Oh, there's
a
another one.
There's one already there.
And boom goes the dynamite. Sorry.
And those are expensive units. Wraiths are equal in value to a tank. So that's an expensive loss for him.
He did scout the command center coming up, so he knows that he is running out of time.
Yeah, and I think he knows that Croc is going for a split map, and I don't think he can bust him anywhere. So I'd like to see Medino do is put add-ons on every single factory, just go all tanks, and just take as many bases as he can, because I don't really think he's going to make a bust anywhere. Top left has like 3 tanks set up, even though that's not a lot. Well, maybe he will be able to bust through, because that is quite a bit going to top left.
Yeah, he's not even going to try to fight the big tank line. He just pushes it back just enough to start fighting up this ramp. Now, it is up a ramp. There are SCVs here, so it's not like it's just for free. And actually, Cryoc is taking a pretty cost-effective trade, stacking some SCVs, but he's going to take out all these tanks. He's going to take out... Okay, yeah, he's going to take out all these tanks.
Yeah, and this is going to give Cryoc 3 gas. It's going to give him 4 base with the mineral only, which is decent, but he still has no map presence at all. I'd really like to just see tons and tons of tanks from Medino. Mine out top middle, mine out bottom middle. You can even just transfer SCVs from your main to natural, because you're not ever losing those.
Yeah.
So just mine out everything ASAP.
I mean, you say that, but like, if there was like a drop to come through for Cryoc, I mean, he's gotten a lot of mileage out of that previously. There wouldn't be anything there. Obviously, if he does drop, he probably won't have many units back home. He's 30 supply down, but he can't even drop. There's like rings of missile turrets randomly around the map.
Yeah, there's like turrets at the very far right side of the map. Why are they there? Or is it for in case dropships get through? I guess, like a secondary round of turrets. But
For the next
Cryoc
race
has closed the gap in terms of supply a little bit. It's 124 to 144. Econ is still pretty good for Cryoc, 60 SCVs versus 72. He's actually starting to get some map control. He's now gotten high ground on top of the top middle, so he can take that base. Maybe he can't take the main or natural just yet, but his positioning is better than Mad right now. Remember, Mad had like 3/4 of the map a minute ago.
Well, he's also still got a huge supply advantage that is in army. So I don't know. Yeah, Mad's kind of keeping his armies up his sleeveys right now, and neither of them has +2. Oh, actually, no. Cryoc or Mad does.
And Cryoc, I see, has 3 dropships. Looks like Medino has about 2 dropships. So if Medino tries to actually bust somewhere, Cryoc can just go for a defensive drop to reinforce top middle, for example. We have to wait and see what these guys want to do with it, because it looks like both are just content just sitting on their side of the map. But now it's more 50-50 for Croc, at least in terms of map presence.
So upgrades have just evened out. Both players with 2-1, I believe. Or am I not seeing that correctly? No, Mad's at 2-1, and
they're both 2-1.
They should be both at 2-1, right?
Well, here's the point of contention: is this mid-left part of, or the mid-right part of Croc's base. With those tanks sitting over the ledge, he can't build turrets. So Croc has to always be very worried about a potential doom drop right there.
So Mad, yeah, he got a little bit of an advantage, and he still has that, but he's not really doing anything to it. And if he lets Cryok split this uneven 3-player map in his favor, I mean, Cryok's doing it. He had this dropship. He frees up another base and is taking more and more control over this map.
And he managed to actually save one dropship. And Medino didn't instantly counter with, man, he's going to go up a ramp like this. Where are his drops? Okay, there we go. He's decided he's going to bust through top middle. This is a good choice. Now he can take top middle himself. Also gives him access into top left now.
This is still pretty costly to do, but it clears up so much real estate. Just taking out that army gives him access to like 3 more bases.
Yeah, but now Croc does have 5 base potential. He's got a command center set up like he wants to take top middle. Those SCVs, the natural for Croc need to transfer to the middle only. He's getting very low on money. I don't think he realizes just yet, but now I see a huge transfer up there. But still, an oversaturation there, so he needs to find another base somewhere out on the map.
Okay, there's the big transfer you were talking about. He is going to switch that up there, and hopefully this will kind of reboot his economy. But at the same time, I mean, Cryok's, why is there a Goliath there? How did that even get there? It's like a deserter from the previous fight. I mean, it delays the command center, so maybe mission accomplished. Cryok is still moving around the map. He's rebuilt some dropships, and he's going to try to retake that 12 o'clock location. Man, TVT is just one hell of a matchup. So many things going on all over the map, all at the same time.
Yeah, and he does have 4 dropships, because I saw 2 unload there, 2 in the main. He needs to get up maybe 2 more, and then he can start actually doom dropping positions, like bottom middle, for example, on Medino's side of the map, top right. But now Medino has a little bit better positioning overall. He's got like 66% of the map now. Can't mine top middle, at least not the main, but he's got the natural now. Here you go, mass vultures for Medino. This is kind of, well, thought it was going to be wasted supply, but now he's setting up a huge minefield everywhere, so that's actually pretty nice. But
I mean, Matt's taking more control of the map, right? He's somehow found a way to split a 3-player map in perfectly in half. But there is base inequality, which is the big part.
If we take a count of the bases, Croc has 5 base right now if he takes bottom middle, whereas Medino has 7 base, or 8 base even. 1,
So
2,
we've
3,
got
4, 5.
So Croc's got a little bit more work to do. Mad's maxed out. Mad's max. Whatever. I was trying, guys. God. I'm trying to inject some levity into what is a very stagnant matchup, at least at the current moment. But Mad has made it stagnant with more bases under his control, which is a win condition. It's maybe not an exciting one.
Still waiting for, oh, there's the move, top middle. He's going to use the vultures and drops there to actually take this base. And with this base being taken by Mad, this is pretty much lights out for Croc, unless he can doom drop, like actually do a doom drop somewhere. He can't just take one base.
Now, we can't doom drop down the bottom of the map because there's random turrets built in crazy places, which is just, like, who builds them there? It's just like a great wall of turrets that Cryok is not allowed to pass. So maybe he tries to doom drop through like the top of the map, but I think there's actually turrets built there.
There's just too much defense at the top.
Yeah.
He needs to go doom drop the main. He's not gonna find success. Even if he denies top middle, there's still 7 bases for Mad right now.
So, man, where do you go as Cryok? He really did find a little bit of extra life in this game, but I feel like Mad just had too much of an advantage early on and he's carried that forward in a super powerful way. I mean, it's TBT, so they're both going to go up to a lot of big banks, and I mean, the game will progressed for a while, but moment by moment, Cryoc is falling further and further behind.
So all Mad needs to do right now is just shadow wherever these dropships are, because it's Cryoc that has to make the move. Mad doesn't have to do anything. He just needs to hit O, build turrets, and sit. That's it. And then just move his dropships in position to counter any single drop. Because Cryoc's going to run out of money eventually. He's only got the mineral only and this base up and running. Even though he's denied bottom middle, he still doesn't have a command center there. And look how desperate Cryoc is now. He started to go for a starport switch. But where's our gas coming from, Rapid? We're mined out in the main. We're mined out in the nat. This is one gas.
Look, depleted geysers. They're still operational.
Oh, they are. Slowly it will build up. It looks like the science facility is going to put the physics lab on, but it's going to take him so long to get up any sizable amount of BCs.
If he wanted to take another base, he could take the 630 inner base, but it looks like he's actually just going to try to carpet bomb out this base in the center. I mean, this is costly. I guess he will actually take it, retake it, but it's also incredibly vulnerable. Oh, there's one mine to rule them all. It's targeted down. But I mean, Cryoc's found a big empty spot in the middle of the map. So he pushes out and tries to establish a tank line here. But I think as soon as Mad finds out where Cryoc wants to force the issue, he can just rally tanks down from the middle of the map and deal some critical damage.
He might be able to do that, but I think for now he's just content with taking top middle. Even if he gives up Cryoc these 2 bases, he's still up 8 base, 9 base even versus 6. Here comes a drop by Mad. He's going to deny top left now.
Yep, Mad getting pushed out on the bottom half of the map, realizes, wait a second, if you're down here, you're not up there. And so even though the SCVs and some reinforcing vultures might, he's actually got siege tanks over the wall, but that's actually more friendly fire, taking out a few of his own tanks. So this actually gets cleaned up, but how many more rounds can Cryoc actually take out here? Another no tank drop will actually just navigate behind, take out the one turret there, and I think this is really just going to spell the end for this base and ultimately start out ushering in the end of the game. Although in the meantime, Cryoc loses that base, but he takes 2 more bases on the southern side of the map.
Yeah, but he manages to save it. These tanks are going to kill these Goliaths, and now instead of having 1 gas, he's going to have 3 pretty soon, and then he will actually be able to use these 4 starports that he built. We see that Mad is now starting to upgrade air armor and weapons, so we're going to have BC switch himself or race switch at some point pretty soon. He's got so many factories. There's like 10 factories there.
If Radley were here, we'd be having nukes right about now, but no such luck. Instead, we get players that'll build actually damaging ship weapons on the way for Cryoc. Yeah, he's making the switch.
Vulture. Usually once you start seeing vultures, you know people are gas starved. It's really just trying to buffer damage. Oh, it looks like he wants to end it. He's just sending so many units across the map. Remember, Croc has so much defense at the bottom side that Mad knows there's nothing up at the top side. Vulture run by into top middle.
Okay.
This is good. He's going to get a lot of SCVs here.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting value out of units that are basically free and have a build time of 0. So mission accomplished there. And more than anything, Cryoc saw Mad just make that super big move out of the middle of the map. So there's actually a little bit of room if Cryoc wants to maybe move in there. Mad has had a 30 to 40 supply lead for almost this entire game. But now actually the supply differences are like 10 supply and it's all in SCVs. So for all intents and purposes, Cryoc has evened up this game. And while resources, positioning, whatever might not be even, it's still pretty impressive to see how close Cryoc has brought this.
Yeah, Cryoc's been oh my God, that's a lot of starports. 7 starports going all up at once. And
7 more than 5?
I don't think it's ever going to get scanned. It's going to be mass raid. But this is actually pretty risky because if Cryoc just goes like 5 Valkyries and does get off a good scan to see the rays coming, those rays will just melt. Or if he runs into Mass Goliath, those rays will just melt.
Or if he builds 1 science vessel and EMPs the
Or if
rays
he
for
EMPs
maximum BM.
Yeah.
Probably the hardest way to counter that, but look. Whoa, we might not even get there because the game can actually just end if Cryoc gets into a chokehold position. He saw that Mad moved north and he's retaking the middle of this map.
Yeah, and if he can get these tanks that are on the top middle side of the map, oh, he's going to run in here, deny mid right now, This is decent. He's going to at least eliminate the gas mining base here. He does have those 3 gases mining on his side of the map. And Mass Wraith versus Valkyries, if he builds them, will disappear. Wraith will disappear in an instant.
Yeah. Cryok is actually able to shut down the 3 o'clock base with just a little bit of a vulture run by. He's killing every SCV there, so really insane value out of these vultures that have taken out the 3 o'clock and the 2 o'clock base.
I'm actually getting a little worried for Medino because BCs are way more cost effective than Wraith unless they don't get scanned. And Cryok had no gas for a long time, but now he's starting to get an influx of gas. And all he really needs to do is if he wins a BC fight, start slowly creeping across the top side of the map. And then all of a sudden, it's Medino that's not mining any key bases anymore.
Man, this game is crazy. 31 minutes in, and it feels like Mad had an advantage, then started losing the advantage, got a little bit uncertain, and put all of his eggs in this Wraith Switch basket. This is a big move. It's very polarizing, and if it works, it's going to completely wipe out the BCs and overrun all the units on the ground. If it doesn't work, then BCs are obviously much better than Wraiths, and certainly much better as the game continues on.
Look at this positioning. Okay, now he gets shown the race. Then sure, he's going to catch 4 tanks, which is nice, but instant Valkyrie.
Instant Valkyrie.
Instant Valkyrie. And he's been matching the upgrades of Medino the whole game. Oh no, we can't lose those.
I mean, that is a lot of tanks, and you don't think about Wraiths dealing a lot of damage versus ground, but that many will. So he's going to be forced to unsiege and move out of the middle of the map. And that's a lot of ground to just give up, but all Cryok has to do is get these Valks out. He's got 1 about to pop. He's building 4 Valkyries, and that is going to blow these Wraiths apart.
Yeah, but is it fast enough? Because the tanks are scrambling to get down to bottom middle, because you know that Medino's got his eyes set now that those tanks are getting wiped out. And I didn't see a lot of turrets at the bottom side of the map. So it looks like Medino may have found the vulnerability that he needs. Wraiths coming in, but they just...
Cloak finishes. There's only 3 Goliaths there. It doesn't matter if he scans. That base is actually going to be able to be taken. Oh my God, no! Crazy! They're AM moving in. Oh my God, Valks don't shoot down. They're only good at dealing with these Wraiths, and if the tanks just kill everything on the ground, oh my God, he's going to kill off these Wraiths. But actually, Wraiths are so good when they split, and it's not enough Valkyries. I think Mad might have done it.
He finally did it. 5 was the number he needed versus the Wraith, but he only had 3, and he was obligated to send the Valkyries, because if he didn't, bottom middle was 100% going to fall. There just wasn't enough air defense. Cryok a little bit too late with turrets. Now this base is gone.
And look at how fast this is going to die. Tanks just absolutely explode. Rays, he did lose a few Rays, but he's remaking more behind this. And now Matt is maxed out once again. And even though there's BCs here, all it takes is a Cloth, some sexy micro, and they will disappear.
Here come the BCs, but there's so many Rays now that the Rays are just going to win, especially since 3 of the Valkyries just got eliminated. This base is going down. Medino has such a huge gas bank. Here comes Valkyries, but they're going to get picked off.
Really?
One hero late.
Okay, they actually do kill off all the Rays, but there's, well, all of those Rays. Now there's more. So that's going to do it. GG. Cryok taps out. The Wraith Switch does it. And after almost clawing his way back into that 34-minute game, Cryok taps out, and Mad will take game number 1.
Yeah, Cryok with an amazing comeback. Actually amazing. He almost took an unsplittable map and actually put it back into his favor.
Yeah, that was crazy. Mad had such a huge advantage for basically almost all of that.
Look at the resources.
Oh my
he's
God.
Up almost 10,000, and Cryok almost did it. If he got 2 more Valkyries, he would have killed those Rays. Yeah. He would have had the better tech, better army with the BCs. Mm-hmm. There wasn't a lot of turrets for Matt at the top. We could have just walked around and killed all those bases. That was really nice. And even though I like Medino versus Terror, it looks like Cryok is more even versus Medino this time.
Yeah, you know, it's hard to tell where the power levels lie. Even Terror came into this like rank 14 on the ladder. Don't read too much into that, but with Abby out of the picture, it's down to 2, Cryok and and Mad. And so, are we in for more of the same? How many 32-minute games can you take, Nyokin?
Well, we got another 3-player map. So.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Whiteout. Every Terran player's dream. I just want us to like A-move tanks and like there's like random siege mode tanks. Maybe we find a way to ghillie suit our tanks to dress them up as these trees, as line of sight blockers. Because you can like siege a tank like right underneath. So it's kind of being, I don't know. Anyway, it's a crazy map, especially for TVT, and it's coming up next. So get ready for 34 more minutes of TVT chocolatey goodness as we try to find out which player will advance out of Group C. Matt is up 1-0, so let's see if he can bring it home. Okay, here we go. In the bottom of the map, whiteout in the red. From Norge, it's Mad, up 1-0 in the series.
And in the top left, in the blue, it is the German Terran. It is Kryok. It's a Kryok with a nice comeback there. Thought he was 100% dead for the majority of the game. But he was playing it like how I see... Was it like Terra versus Kogut on Blue Storm a long time ago? I think it was Kogut the one that just slow and steady built up the better comp and almost brought it back that way. Also, Kryok had really good positioning with his tanks and drops, so that was impressive. I'm a little worried that Mad not able to end the game as fast as he should.
Yeah, it was a little bit stagnant there in the middle. So,
to be fair though, it is tanks and siege mode.
Okay,
very hard to do that.
I'm like trying to criticize him by calling TVT stagnant. Like, wait a second, that's actually just the way it is. So, yeah, I don't know. Well, for now, we've got a brand new game, so everything's back to zero. Don't forget, game number 1 started with a proxy racks. So it's kind of easy to...
That did no damage. Remember that.
Oh,
the
that's
Vulture
true.
Held it.
Yeah.
What actually started... Oh, the crazy... Both of them attacked each other.
Oh, that base trade.
Yeah, and if Mad had kept his Vultures with his tanks... Remember when those SCVs came out to kill the
the
tanks?
SCVs killed like 3-4 tanks.
They were able to actually just push it back.
Yeah.
But if he had his Vultures there, that would have been impossible. So... a bit over eager from Mad, but still able to end up with a win there. We got 12 gas again from both players. No proxy this time.
Why does Zero have to set a replay to high latency when he's the only one in the lobby watching a replay?
That's crazy.
That's stored on his computer. These are the mysteries of the universe. This is like one of those PCS, I don't know, cases. What's going to happen in this game? We have an SCV out early in the middle of the map, but it's not for a proxy. It's just scouting.
Now, again, I wonder, is anybody going to leave SCVs on for extra gas, or are they going to just pull off? Right now, we see Marine first for Kryok. This does delay the factory just a little bit. Looks like we got an SCV battle. Matt, you don't want that fight. Factory now starts for Kryok, so... This is something that all Terran players should pay attention to because it's like 5 or 6 seconds faster for Mad. So he can go for add-on first if he wants. Probably won't, but it is a potential move that he could go for. He sees second Marine for Kryok. And Mad only 1 Marine this time and instantly floats. So he's probably just going to go 1 Vulture, add-on Command Center. Kryok may build a third, try and put some pressure on. Nope, he just turned around.
Well, okay. I don't want to be here anymore. Look, it's all about saving that SCV. Well, he's really going to scout everywhere on the map.
There you go, Vulture for Mad. You can see that the factory's slightly slower for Kryok. Instant Vulture for him too. Command Center slightly faster for Mad because he skipped that Marine. Now, what does he want to follow up with? You have a bunch of options here. You can go to the second factory. If you want to be cute, you can go for Starport and just play like Mass Tank Wraith style if you want, but then you kind of lose to a bust of 5-pack, 6-pack. There's the add-on as expected from Kryok. Actually, Matt is the one that goes into a second Vulture. So if he's going to go 2 Vulture, he needs to go and find out what Kryok is actually doing because he can deal some damage right now if he wants.
Big thanks to Striker for the $20 donation. Thanks for all the support. And actually, we've seen a couple of like really big donations tonight, guys. So thanks. You're well on your way to buying Nyokin a real chair like I have. So keep them coming. Really appreciate the support. Don't forget about the BSL Patreon. It's out there too. Just had to take that moment to say thanks and shill.
So we do have 2 factories for both players. We do have the tank follow-up for Croc.
Yeah.
Again, Mad loves vultures. So, and again, Goliath follow-up for Croc. So we're probably going to see a Fast Academy pretty soon.
Yeah, just some minor apologies. It was not Striker. My reading capabilities are limited. It's STRFKRTX. So, yeah, apologies to you for not being able to read your name. But big thanks to you for continuing to support BSL as they apparently a $100 Patreon. So
that's massive.
Do you know what? I don't know what $100 looks like. I've got some ones in my wallet, but those are not for donating to BSL. Let me just say that. Wow, you guys are the best. Thank you so much. Anyway, back to the game. My job is to talk about donations, and Nio can talk about StarCraft.
Well, we've got speed coming in. It looks like I don't think Mad's gonna go in here, but he's gone speed first almost every single game. Is he gonna really try and run?
No way. Is he a Protoss player? What is he doing?
2 SCVs.
Nice.
He does lose 1 Vulture, but SCVs are obviously more important.
Hashtag worth.
Hashtag worth. And the Academy's in an awkward position where he can just consistently run in there and pick it off. Don't think he's gonna try it again, but he does see again that the unit comp is Tank Goliath. And in my experience versus Tank Goliath, players that just move across the map with their tanks and Goliaths, very hard to stop with pure minds. We're gonna have to see some add-ons pretty soon from Matt. Otherwise, Croc's gonna set up another good contain right outside his entrance.
Yeah, I mean, it's just gonna be so hard to break. The Goliaths really just add in air. Like, you don't have to build missile turrets for like a hard contain. You just bring the Goliaths. So let's see what this looks like. I mean, Matt is obviously more active with the Vultures. They just can't really fight super straight up. He's gonna be laying minefields to hopefully make that push across the map a little bit more difficult, but Goliaths do pretty well against that. So
this is so many Vultures, so many mines so far. Rax does end up getting saved by Mad, so he's not going to be delayed on his factory count. We do have 4 Cryoc. Here come the tank Goliath push, as I was expecting, and he does have scan. But look how many Vulture or how many mines there are. It takes so long to get through. But once you see a mine count like that, just go around it, right?
Yeah.
You know where they all are. They're right there. There's so many there.
I mean, he does have the ability to clear it.
Clear it. Now he's
no. Oh my god! That was close.
That was close. But look at Mad's production. This is his first tank coming out. So if we can just get to the third of Mad, set up a contain there, Mad is in trouble. That's a lot of tanks already. 3 tanks. They can start one-shotting tanks in siege mode. Look at him sharking in the shadows. In the trees.
Yeah, I mean, this is why this map is difficult for Terran players. How do you move through with no vision?
He's got vision. He's got tree vision. Christmas tree.
Look at him just like take those sniper pot shots. Super good usage of that mysterious dark woods terrain by Mad to try to stop this very scary push from coming out there.
Croc doesn't have siege himself right now, so Mad can slowly push actually, and Vultures, even though they don't get a lot of damage, they take a lot of hits.
Well, he's picking off, one tank after another here. Finally sieging out of the woods, and with a floating Rax, he's gonna have vision.
There we go. There's 1 unit gone.
I love how the Vultures aren't dealing damage with actual
gone.
damage. They're just dealing damage with sight radius for the artillery to come through. And then Matt is doing a great job leapfrogging forward little bit by little bit. Nice scan. Okay. Picks off a Vulture.
So actually, Mad's the one with the better positioning because, ooh, that tank got the first shot off.
Yeah, so Mad's going to win that battle. Actually runs in with the Vultures just to make sure.
Yeah, but so many more tanks for Croc. But if Mad can just get more tanks up here, get into a vertical line, he could deny the gas at the 3rd base. Cryoc again, floating a bit of money here. We're at 1,000 minerals, 5 gas. He just spent it all on something. But
double factory and a starport.
A double factory and starport. Again, how many factories is that now? It would be 6 4 for Cryok.
Wow, so he's really going up there. Both players still on 2 base, by the way. So neither has really thought about a third yet.
Factory.
Well, actually, Cryok has a third base on the way. Does he? Yeah, he's building the command center
He's got
for
the
it.
command center building, so he's going to be floating it probably the top middle, because I think mid right seems like it's most likely going to get denied, at least for now. So he might as well just go to top middle. Factory count is only 4 for Medino. We do have +1 coming in for Cryok. We've got another. Oh, that's a starport coming down for Cryok, so he's going to be getting +2 weapon pretty soon too. I also don't see an armory for Medino, so where's his +1?
Yeah, I mean, if you get behind in the upgrade war, that's just makes the rest of the game super difficult. So, yeah, let's see. I mean, obviously he's got great production, but Mad has once again a better position out of the map. Obviously, this map is still different, but it's still 3 players, so can't quite cut it in half. And Mad's tank lines, even though he has fewer tanks, seems like he's making better usage of them. Oh. There's a scan. Really good move there by Cryok. Just picks off a single tank.
He's gonna get. Yeah,
he tried to tank it with a vulture, but
Medino's building turrets around the map. We see, or I saw a couple turrets on the bottom side. We've seen Cryok build or go for a race switch in every single game. We've also seen drops every single game. There's drops. They have now started. 3rd and 4th command center actually for Cryok. So he's gonna take top, middle, and mid, or the base right next to him. But Medino has taken his 3rd base, but he can't, even if he takes the minerals here, he still can't get the gas because Mad is just denying this gas at the 3rd.
Wow. I think we might be in for a little bit of a longer game. Using a few vultures to clear out everything on the top half of the map. So Cryok is trying to take control of as much real estate as he can. He still hasn't found a way to deal with Mad's tanks, but here we go. This is that way. Moves forward, hits the siege mode, vultures in the front, tanks going down, and Mad is getting busted. But he's got some reinforcements streaming through, and it's so hard to fight through the middle of the map because of the tree blockers.
Yeah, now Cryok needs to get in position to secure this gas. That's all that. Oh, those tanks in the trees. Can't go that far, but really good position to at least secure his gas now. Remember, he had that 4th command center coming up, so he's gonna have another big econ spike pretty soon. Medino, he's been spending so much money on these turrets, he doesn't have a 4th command center. We see +1 armor coming in for him though, but +2 weapon is coming in for Cryok, which is the most important upgrade.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot he was ahead. Wow. Okay, well, that's going to be a huge one because it does allow you to one-shot tanks or two-shot. Well, for the most part, I mean, the biggest thing is
Vessel.
Oh,
He already has a vessel. Mad already has a vessel. Is that actually +2 weapon coming for him?
Yeah, it is. Okay, wow. So actually, it was Mad that's ahead.
Wow, I didn't even realize he had an armory. So he already has +2. About halfway done. Cryok's the one that's actually behind, and D-Matrix lets him bust any position he wants easily. Maybe not mid-left, but top left. If there's only 3 tanks like we saw last game, you can easily bust that position.
I'm wondering who's going to be the first player to go dropships. And actually, right as I say that, Mad has a dropship in production. So that could be a huge way to turn this around. There's Cryok's dropship about to unload, take out the vultures, and take a 4th base. Whereas on the other side, I think Mad just barely has that 3rd up and running.
Yeah, he just got his 3rd up and running. Cryok got his 3rd up and running too. Now it's going to transfer to top left. I really think that if you're going to build a vessel, now's the time to go bust top left before you can elevator 4-6 tanks up there, and then also take your side of the map at the same time. That'd be amazing, but looks like Mad a bit slow on the gun with that, and Cryok is going to get this base up and running because I don't see any units moving towards that position. But still, I like Mad's position. He's got bottom all lockdown turrets everywhere. That gives him 5 base, 6 base if you include the right side. I'm trying to just figure out how many bases he has. He can take 7 pretty much for free, and then they're going to fight over top right completely.
Yeah, I think top right is kind of where the action's at. It's definitely one of the pressure points on the map, and Let's see if he can move through that. Mad's got some mines to clear out here. So he's going to clear the mines out. Not going to lose anything carelessly. And Mad is making the first move to try to come up here and take control of the upper right. He's actually fighting head-to-head up in the upper right. Oh, I thought those were units, but they were mines. Never mind. He's fighting against the mines in the upper right. Thank you for showing us that 0 and showing me that I was totally wrong. So, in the end, he's making good usage of these vultures. Or on the other side, Cryok is making good usage of these vultures. Going to pick off individual tanks, take out turrets, move the siege line forward inch by inch.
I like Mad's position a little more. He's being more aggressive to take all of the map, whereas Croc is doing a good job to take 4 or 5 bases, but he's not positioning tanks in a way that gives him map control over the top right priority. But as I say that, it looks like he's slowly creeping through the middle, shut down a bunch of tanks there. Maybe actually he is slowly gaining traction to top right.
It's hard to say because it's all about like making a move, right? So where are the dropships for Cryok? I thought they were still up towards the top, but
There we go, right there.
There you go. Okay, so it's actually right in the middle, getting ready to load up again.
He's got 3 drops coming. We do have +2 completed for both players, so both players have hit their huge power spike, +3 and +2 armor coming in for Mad 2. This is what I was talking about. Mad is doing a better job to secure the top 3 bases, even if he doesn't take it. They're at least denied.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then that's kind of what it's about. It's like denying airspace or ground space or base space, whatever you want to call it. And Matt is doing a great job there. What else is happening? It seems like Matt also is in the position where he could actually try to maybe drop into the natural. I guess there's turrets there, which is why he's not doing that. But you can see he's just rallying more and more units up to the upper part of the map just to not only take out tiny vulture hit squads like this, but also just reclaim that area. And as soon as he can claim like those next 2 bases, like 3 and 4 o'clock or 2 and 3 o'clock, whatever you want to call it, that just opens up so much more time he can buy.
Oh, this is something I didn't realize, is that actually Croc can deny this base. So it's not 7 base for Mad for free. It's only 6 if he gets the bottom base and mid right. So this is something to factor in. Even though Croc's getting denied top right, he still has 5 base easily available for himself. And then he's got the command center for that. He's also starting to bank a lot of gas, which means we're probably going to see a Wraith or BC switch. We already see arm or air upgrades coming in. So I'm starting to remember that Terra Koget game where Koget just had the better army comp.
Yeah.
Even though Terra had control of the map, doesn't matter if you're maxed out on tanks and the other guy's maxed out on BCs.
Yeah. I think Mad's a little bit worried about this tiny drop force that Cryok has on the bottom side of the map. So he actually just moved a huge line of tanks over just to make sure that side was pretty ironclad. But I mean, when you just look at the map, it feels like there's more blue everywhere, but a lot of that's just mines in the middle. It's not actually like units. Matt's up about 10 supplies, so it's not huge. What is huge is Cryok's bank, man. This guy's got 4K, 2K.
Yeah, Croc has a much bigger bank, and I'm kind of surprised because it's only 4 worker difference for him. We've got a drop going to top middle. This is crucial that Mad gets off some damage here because soon Croc's gonna have a huge BC army. You can see he's saving up supply. There's 3 BCs being made. He's got like 6 starports right now, so there's gonna be a few more coming pretty soon too.
Well, once again, it is that cloaked Wraith follow-up for Mad. Look, it worked once. It can definitely work again, but let's see when or if Cryok figures this out, because obviously last time he figured it out like a little bit late. He kind of panicked with the Valkyries and brought them in too early because he was losing a bunch of tanks, and that sort of ushered in the end of our previous game. Now we're only 18 minutes in, Nayo, so we've got about another 25 minutes left here.
Maybe it looks like we could have that BC versus Wraith battle of wills, see if the Wraiths can find an opening into the BCs. But Croc, he just cut a lot to get some supply open for BCs, whereas Mad doesn't have as much free supply. that I'm worried that we're going to be overrun by BCs in the next few minutes. There's so many BCs that he can make. He can make about 2 more if he gets rid of 3 SCVs. Drops.
Yeah, here we go. Drop coming in. 0 pointing out 3-2 for Mad. So massive upgrades here. He's going to wipe out the forces on top of this little high ground. And it's a great sieging area. You can put Goliaths there, whatever you need. He's actually just going to pick up and head into the main. There's another little chunk of high ground there that he could drop on. It's a great opportunity. And there's only one Goliath protecting that. This is a huge move by Mad into the natural, and there's nothing here to defend.
Nothing to defend. He's going to shut down this base. He's also got priority onto bottom left now, so you can take that base. Also, now he's showing the BCs. Not that Mad didn't know it anyways, but at least you can get a count on it and see it's only 3 right now. Unknowing to Mad, killing these extra SCVs frees up supply for more BCs for try. You always got to be careful about that. When you kill a base, you got to remember, if you kill the SCVs there, that's maybe 2, 3 more extra BCs. And Wraiths are very fragile, so we also see Valkyries coming in now. Wraiths will just instantly blow up if they run into 5 Valkyries.
Yep, I mean, it's only 1 right now, but obviously there's more on the way.
Picks off a BC.
Yeah, he's going for it right now. There is a turret, so the detection is real, but picking off these BCs is so much value.
Yeah, but he lost a lot of Wraiths there. Sure, he got 2 BCs, but was it worth it to lose that amount of Wraiths? But now Crack isn't mining his Nat anymore. He's got so many SCVs actually locked in the main on that gas that he doesn't really have great mineral econ.
You know, you think about TVT being maybe a little bit slow, but I mean, there's so many things going on. You gotta keep track of like Wraith positioning and count. Same thing for BCs. You gotta keep inching your tanks forward or backwards, repositioning them elsewhere on the tank. You also have to keep in mind the rate at which both players are mining. And while Cryok did have the bigger bank, that bank's been cut basically in half, and will continue to keep going down as long as these BCs are in production. It's actually not massing Valks, and I think the problem with the last game is that he just had a couple too few. So maybe that's actually he's all the way up to 4.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. 1 more is what he really needs, but it's okay. I see that Mad has about 8 bases now, or 7 bases. The entire right side is his, and he still has access to bottom left. So everything is going perfectly for him. I'd really like to see transfer of workers up there. Mine it out ASAP. Do not let Cryok get it.
Don't give away anything. burn and salt the ground. Actually, some freebies there for those BCs, and actually BCs coming in from Matt.
I don't like this really. He's got like a handful of Wraiths, but it's not like a critical mass amount of Wraiths.
And a handful of BCs.
Yeah, a handful of BCs. He still has his dropship. Now I don't know if Crack still has his dropship or not, but the dropships are not helpful anymore.
No.
Unless he goes for like a tank Goliath drop on top middle while a BC battle happens somewhere else. That's the only real area I can see a drop working. But we've got so many BCs for Crack right now. How many is it? It's like 8 maybe, with 2 more coming, something like that.
It's kind of interesting. And tell me what you think about this, Nyokin. Like, even though obviously BCs and Rays, Valkyries are a huge part of the game, like you can't forget the tank count too, because that's like what deals a lot of the actual base killing damage here. And actually the tank count for Matt is still way higher. So when you look at him pushing up here towards the northern half of the map, the Valkyrie's gonna do. What are you doing? How do you stop that?
Yeah, but he's gonna lose all these tanks. This is gonna free up supply for Mad, but it takes a long time to build BCs. So even though he's gonna lose 14 supply here, it's not like instantly gonna make BCs. So he can still use these BCs to attack top right. I would like him to do that, because there we go. There goes that drop that I was talking about. It's gonna go onto the high ground, and this is perfect. Now he may actually kill top middle, and Krog is slowly taking control of this game. If he kills top right, now he's gonna be the one that has 7-8 bases.
Yeah, you're right. Once again, a huge swing. Also, Cryox rebuilt his gigantic bank. He's got 6K, 2K again. So he's making moves. Now, it's up to Mad. Look, it's a little bit of a slow burn here. You're going to lose this base, but what are you doing in the meantime? Where are your Rays and BCs, and when is the right time to use them?
Yeah, and we see Mad has 4 BCs being made, which is a lot, but they're not like instantly made and across the map.
Right.
Cryox still has air advantage. He needs to send these tanks to the low ground to secure top middle, shuttle in some SCVs. There we go. Exactly what he needs to do. And secure top. Looks like Mads decided he can't save that base anymore. So he's going to go for, oh, okay. Now he's slowly coming to the top side. But it's 8 BCs versus 7. But there are 5 raids, but they're cloaked. Okay, free damage. He's going to try and pick off these Valkyries. Can they get him? No, they don't get him.
I mean, if you sack the Rays to kill the Valkyrie, is that really a victory? Because like the only reason the Valks exist is for Rays. Now they're worth it against BCs in big clumps too, but I mean obviously BCs will kill them much more quickly. But without the Rays, now the fewer BC number for Mad becomes even more meaningful. And he just can't fight it. He's going to keep losing base after base, and Cryok just has infinity money.
Yeah, Cryok needs to start taking the top side, though. I don't see any movement.
That's true.
There. It looks like those red dots on the center are going to deny SCVs at least move commanding.
See if he can clone some nice Yamatos, but I think the better Yamatos are obviously coming in from Cryok. He's got reinforcing battle cruisers, but if you don't fight in a critical mass, here come the beasts or the Valkyries. I mean, mostly they're just tanking shots at this point. The reinforcing battle cruisers, let's see if they can turn the tide here. Obviously, if Mad can take out all of Cryok's battle cruisers, I think that might be even better for Cryok because they're going to trade pretty evenly, and Cryok's got the bigger bang.
Mad is barely going to win this fight, and if you look at the gas, Cryok is getting low on gas. Meanwhile, Mad still has a little bit more. Okay, now he's spent it all, but Cryok has so much money. He desperately needs to get top middle. He had that drop in BC positioning. It was so good, but unless we take the base, all it does is even up the bases overall. Look at a count of the bases. We have 5 bases for Medino, or 6 bases for Medino. We have actually only 5 bases for Cryok, so he's still behind in bases. Even
though he took out all those bases, it's not good enough to just take the bases out. You have to then take the bases. He's got money for now, but most of that's in minerals. Time for the Marine tech switch.
Marine tech switch.
You got 5K minerals. Where's that going? Not in the BCs, that's for sure.
You could. I've seen it before. Didn't go very well.
No, I can imagine it did not. I mean, mass Marine versus BCs might be okay, but the siege tank exists, so can't forget about that. So Mad has a moment of victory. He wins the BC battle, but is that enough?
That was Cryok's moment to really take control of this game. He would have been 7 base, 8 base if he gets to the low ground, and that would have been more than Medino could have gotten through the rest of the map. He would only have access to 7. So a lost opportunity there.
Yeah.
And now tanks are slowly reinforcing to the top side. Medino, sure, he lost 1 base, but other than that, not much. He's still got a good bank. He's got a better gas bank than Cryok now.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to come down to gas. I mean, Cryok just has not a lot. He can build like single BCs. I mean, both players are maxed out for the most part. So it's not like the resources matter right now. It's about after they fight and can they keep making units inevitably. Actually, if you look at, I guess, the positioning, all of the important units for Cryok are right in the middle of the map. So he doesn't necessarily know exactly the angle that Mad's going to be coming from. So it's hard to kind of position here, although he is very well entrenched. The problem is he's entrenched in the middle of the map, and that doesn't really help him take those northern bases that he needed so badly.
Yeah. As I said, PvT all about positioning. He had a huge move to the top middle, but now he didn't take advantage of. Now he's going to lose all of his tanks at the bottom, and I think there's just too many BCs and turrets here to actually engage. So he just loses a few tanks for free. He can replace it with BCs because at this point,
EMP! Oh, did he get it off? Yeah, that's actually really nice.
But he can't attack into this turret Goliath BC line. So not going to find success here. At least he does have the 6th base at bottom left. But Mad is starting to get the 7th and 8th base that I've been talking about up on the right side of the map. Ooh, he didn't get that one. Mottos that tank down.
Yeah, just trading energy for units, cost effectiveness coming in here for Mad. He's actually moving way far forward. He's going to try to snipe a BC by sacking Goliaths, but I think actually on the other side, some Valks coming in. That's really softening up these battle cruisers. Yamato's coming out, cloned, maybe not the best, but I think it's still a higher BC count from Mad, right?
It's 9 to 8. One of them are dangerously low. Vessel, we don't know if it has EMP or a defensive matrix. Is it going to EMP? All of them have Yamato available. Oh, he's going to lose the Vessel. Boop. He needs to repair with these SCVs. Okay, he does. BC, they want a Yamato, but not able to find it just yet. But we've got how many? We got like 10 BCs for Mad, like 8 for Cryok.
I love
So
the mass
close.
repair, the cost effectiveness coming through. What's the cost effectiveness on a repair? It's like 75%, right?
I think it is 75%. I don't remember actually.
Somebody in chat knows. So the biggest thing for me is not you know the repair, but the positioning. I mean, where are you going to get your money from? I keep looking, I keep seeing that Cryok's bank is like massive, but then he keeps losing it, so it's hard to keep track of all of this.
He's got bottom left going up, so he'll be able to get some econ there. He still has a huge bank, 5k, 2.5k, but I like the army better format. I like the positioning. He still has that small, he only has like 3 tanks and 2 turrets defending top middle. That's it.
How broke is Cryok going to be? Like, he's got to be almost out of money. He's got, oh, actually, no, those bases are a little bit more healthy than I expected. But I mean, Mad's got the gases. He's not actually mining from those northern bases, but actually, here we go. He's making a big move. Yamato's everywhere, and even though there's a bunch of turrets on the ground, they're not going to last for long. But in the response, Cryok is making the BC base race
He lost 2 BCs there. That's a big loss.
Yeah.
But Croc has decided that he needs it. Yeah, this is the move that he needed to make a long time ago. And he's going to trade his bottom base, which is his 6th base, to get these top 3, which is a good trade for him because he's going to have 8 again, like I said. And he killed 2 BCs there, so that's huge.
Yeah, it's basically...
Look at the gas for Mad. No more gas. All of his gases are basically mined out except for top right.
Yeah, that was a really good trade. Now he's taken out 1 base. He can now move to the 2nd base, and there's absolutely nothing to defend this. There's no, what do you call that? Tactical jump you have on battle cruisers in StarCraft 2. They've got to move all the way across the map. So yeah, this is a lot of damage being taken or being done by Cryok. This next base is almost guaranteed down. I think this is going to usher in what could be the final fight of the game.
We can't fight. Mad has more BCs. Oh god, he's gonna fight. Oh, he's gotta land EMP if he wants to fight. No.
Oh my god.
Run.
Oh no, he's cloning so many Yamatos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's actually not even taking time.
Gonna lose his whole army.
Yeah, and
this is. God,
I think this is it. Oh no, he actually moved forward there and wasn't shooting for a while, and that means an overwhelming victory for Mad.
Luckily, Croc has a huge bank, but that was not the move. He lost all of his BCs.
He's in the process of losing them, and
look at the repair saving probably a couple right there.
Oh my
he
god,
has 9 left over.
That is so clutch. That's insane.
Oh no.
Oh my god. All right. Well, behind this, we're about to see how fast Cryok can remake a battlecruiser army, and the answer is not fast. And now, in response, Mad is going to rubber band back across the map, taking out bases in his wake.
So this base that he just got, he's going to lose both the command centers. They're both gone. And Mad instantly secures it. He's done such a good job to make sure top is always on, always belongs to him. Instantly going to build some turrets and command centers here. He might have to sack bottom middle, but that's okay because this base has been running for so long. It's mined out. Gas is almost depleted too. This is what I'm talking about. You can trade bases, but as long as you mine out as much as you can, I don't care if Croc has it anymore because we got fresh bases at top right.
Damn. I mean, look, I promised you guys at least 20 more minutes of gameplay. I'm delivering. We've got so many more minutes left in this. Why can't I hold all these minutes of gameplay? That's a pretty dated move. But anyway, whatever. These games have been epic, so back and forth. It's kind of rare that you see 2 players like so evenly matched like this, which is just so sick. Look, that's free real estate. There we go. That's a little bit more relevant. If he loses more battlecruisers here, that's still, not the trade he wants to make, but it's just he's just carving out a swath in the middle of the map. But hey, a lot of Goliaths being remade. Here's a more cost-effective option to take out these BCs when they're over vulnerable territory. EMP coming through, and he gets it on quite a few of the BCs.
So he hit about 3 BCs with that EMP. He did lose his science facility, so there's no more BCs in production for Mad for a while. But he still has so many left over. What is that, 14 for him versus 5? Okay, 8 right now. For Croc, he has 5 more coming. Actually, he's going to be able to even up the BC count pretty soon. They have even supplies. So again, It's going to come down to one big battle. If there's a vessel somewhere out on the map where you can get an EMP off, Croc again can turn the tides of this game. Also, Mad can turn the tides with an EMP like this. But, oh my gosh. Look at the bank for Croc now. 1,500 to 600. We're getting desperate now. Vultures, this is when you know people are desperate. Usually they start building vultures.
Yeah.
Actually, Mad needs to be careful with his money because if top middle gets denied, he's not mining anymore. So those vultures are very important to him. Oh no, he's finding some
free BCs.
Holy moly, that's a lot of Goliaths.
Yeah, I mean, that's BC killing numbers of Goliaths. And actually, that makes this army pretty hard to deal with.
Yeah, how many tanks does Mad have?
I love how the upper right-hand corner of the map is just a no man's land.
Okay, that's a lot of tanks. So this base got denied. And those, 10 vultures that Mad had? That's 750 minerals that he's not going to get back because he's not mining. That mid-right base is probably mined out now. The BCs have their eyes set on it. Mad's BCs are trying to come over and save it. But really, Mad's about to mine out Croc. He's got bottom left up and running now.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we can't.
He might lose even more. And more than that, he's forced to fight here. He can't run away.
Where are his Goliaths? He had 100 Goliaths a minute ago.
I think he cloned some Yamato cannons there, and he lost another battle cruiser.
There you go. Goliaths
okay,
that's
all right.
Nice.
Oh, nice. This is so clutch. This is like the slowest Muta versus Muta I've ever seen. I love the long-range Yamato there at the end anyway. Oh my god, this is so tense. I mean, Mad's ahead question mark. I mean,
bottom left's dead.
Oh my god,
both
huge
players
move.
are like not mining now.
This is so hard to keep track of, like the differences between like the air armies and the ground armies. I don't know if there's enough Goliaths here to defend. He's actually, he's gonna pick off BCs with these Goliaths. Even that's just mission accomplished. Even if he doesn't wind up killing this base.
Yeah, trading Goliaths for BCs, fantastic. I don't know about losing this many tanks though, because if he loses these tanks, what tanks do we have to kill Croc's Goliaths now? Is he gonna
he's gonna get that BC. He's gonna get that BC.
Okay.
Wow.
But he kills 4 Goliaths there and he kills all the tanks and he saves the base. But we're back down 40 workers for both players. No.
He has less. He's got to turn around.
He's in range of Yamato too.
Is he?
He doesn't realize the advantage he has. He didn't know where the Goliaths were easy. Imagine if the Goliaths were at the top for some reason.
And they just came down and sniped it
from the top.
That would be so sick.
That would have been amazing.
Insane turnaround.
But
oh my god.
Gets top or bottom left up and running.
What do you even do?
What is this game?
This game is like, it's so slow, but also it's reaching a what do you call it, fever pitch? I don't know. Anyway, the game is not going to last forever. And what is this? It's a vulture run by from Mad into the main. I mean, I don't really think it's going to deal any damage, but you're getting that value.
These vultures are killing SCVs, but Mad has to be careful because that mineral count, I'm watching it go up so slow. And look at the minerals there. We're basically gone.
I mean, Croc's out of money though.
Yeah, but he's got bottom left coming up, and he has SCVs down.
Okay.
And he has how many Goliaths?
That is a large number of Goliaths. And actually, after losing all of those tanks and Goliaths, Mad does not have a strong ground army.
Yeah, he lost all those tanks killing bottom left. Now he doesn't have any tanks left. It looks like bottom left is going to get killed. Okay, we can't lose these 3 BCs down here for free. Yeah. But at least Croc still has top. Okay, evacuate. Time to evacuate. Just save them. This base is gone.
Yeah, those BCs are like the musicians on the Titanic.
He's gonna get a BC.
But they're not. Okay, nice. Yeah, hit and run. Okay, he takes one Yamato, but he can repair that.
That's okay. He still saves some SCVs, and he saves.
I don't know if
he still saves BCs, and he has the most important side of the map, which is the top side.
Right.
He can give Mad this base. This is only one base to mine, and also now he knows where the BCs are, so he can kill this base.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't want to lose BCs to turrets, but this is so.
We might have a base wipe though. Croc might just lose his base now.
Yeah, especially if he loses those starports. That means no more BCs.
Idle BC at the natural. We can't lose that. That's so many Goliaths. But we don't have the BCs here.
Yeah, he's losing more BCs. I mean, Goliaths are good. He does have 5 BCs, but he doesn't have the rest of his army. So, there's so many moments.
This is what we want.
Yeah, okay, he's got to start.
So many Goliaths.
Yeah, but if he loses BCs for free before the fight starts, that's... He's still clearing the base
Okay.
out. He's got those Goliaths there.
Okay, Mad needs to be careful because his ground army is non-existent.
Non-existent.
It's like 6 Goliaths, a tank. He's got a ton of PCs. Let's not deny that. But I actually like Croc's army a little better. Well, maybe not because Mad's maxed, and we have Croc at 155, and they have even worker count. So it looks like they've just let out too many DCs for Mad at this point. He's going to lose all of his factories now. But now we do have, oh my god, it's so many Goliaths and DCs together, and there's only one tank. We're not afraid of one tank.
Oh my god, this is so clutch. I mean, the timer is on for Cryok. He is losing his base and the game. While he is mining, he might not be able to spend that money if he loses all of his production. So, got to do something. And I love that Matt is forcing the issue while he knows he has the advantage.
And he realizes that if he saves his main, his only mining base is exposed. So look at what Matt's doing. He was going towards the top side to attack. Looks like he's got these Goliaths just waiting for the BCs to run over them so he can just pounce on them. Now his BCs, I think, are going to start coming back. SCV transfer, he's going to start getting some money now. Goliaths can fight here. There's really, sure, there's a lot of BCs, but not an overwhelming amount. One BC goes down. 2 BCs are going to go down.
I mean, Matt is once again losing his ground army, but he's doing it in an okay way, right? He's going to target down the last BC. Oh, he's not targeting it down. Never mind. So more BCs survive, but I mean, look at Cryok's ground army. It's gigantic.
Yeah, it's
he has so many Goliaths.
It's huge. Hey, what are we building? We're building 3 tanks, 3 Goliaths.
Nothing on the production tab for Cryok.
But there's so many Goliaths here with.
It's actually more pronounced. There's a 10 SCV advantage for Cryok, and he's down 30 or 20 supply. So it's actually like a 30 supply deficit.
And 3 tanks are coming out from that. So
yeah.
3 tanks will help versus Goliath. That's hugely. Ooh, he just instantly sieges on the high ground.
Where's our Yamatos? We gotta start cloning them. Oh, there's a couple coming through. One more BC
no.
almost
we can't
dead.
Like this.
Yeah, I mean the Goliaths trading back a bunch of damage here, and yeah, this is not where Goliaths want to fight. Where's the rest of Cryok's Goliaths?
That's all of them.
That's
I thought
it.
He had more than
yeah,
that,
me too.
But he only has 11, and there's like 15 battle cruisers for Mad. And now that he's mining bottom left, and there's nothing Cryok can do about it, he can slowly build up his own Goliath.
They're both so close to each other. I don't know if they're low on energy or got EMP'd or where's my Yamatos at? Most of those.
We're supply blocked now, and with no real good econ. Actually,
yeah.
Cryok has good econ with double bases and 30 SCVs. He's slowly rebuilding up at the top.
Yeah, actually, that is actually true. I mean, Mad's almost mined out.
Yeah, but we got tanks. Mad has tanks.
That's true. I think we got to get out of here.
Yeah,
those top bases are so important to hold. I don't know why this is where we're fighting.
Oh, he gets 1 BC.
Okay.
It's 2 BC.
Oh, better cloning. Okay.
3 BC.
Oh, wow. Massive value. So to clarify what just happened there, and you can speak to how difficult this is, you have to like hotkey your battle cruisers and try to clone the Yamatos, or do it by clicking really fast. It's really hard when there's so much to think about, and the map is, or the game is like balanced on a knife's edge.
But now he traded like 6 Goliaths there. I don't know if that was worth, because Mad still has a Goliath count himself, and he still has this overwhelming amount.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna brute force it. I mean,
well, I don't know about this. There's 7 Goliaths here. That's a lot of damage.
I mean, there's reinforcements coming through, but they're not here yet. Does Concave beat Convex in the air? No. That's it. GG. What a game. 43 minutes. And the game's not over just yet, but
it's over.
I don't know if there's
40 supplies.
Yeah, there's not enough time to rebuild. A courageous battle being fought, but it is 50 to 135, and there's a massive fleet of battle cruisers in the air. I mean, we're in the end game now. I just had to say it, and I don't think we're going much farther.
There's like still 12 PCs left over.
That was a massive win for Mad. Yeah, you're gonna Yamato all the tanks on the ground. GG. Cryok taps out, and Mad will advance on to the round of 16 of BSL season.